We're now expecting that to begin 3:45 p.m. Central Time. That will be live here on this YouTube stream.
So most of that 1,250 tons, right, is rocket fuel because they're solid rockets. Not a lot of it is the booster. Maybe, I don't know.
This is what I'm listening
20
to.
30 tons of that is fuel. It is booster. The rest is all fuel. So we're looking at 1,200 tons of fuel, right? Getting shot out of that booster in 2
I
minutes
also might
and
fuck
30
around
seconds.
and take a shower today and wash my hair.
That's a lot of fuel, right? Like, okay, some reference here. Let me check something. So let's do some quick math. All right, an M1
And then-
Abrams tank.
And then
Abrams
turn the
tank.
heat up
Nice tank.
on my back.
The M1A2 SCP-3
I'll
is
probably help.
73 short tons.
That's what I'm listening to. That's why there's no
66.8
speech to chat, probably. Also, I don't do speech to chat during sleep streams.
66.8. So we do
And I just needed more sleep, I
calculator.
guess.
1,200,
Rest.
give or take, right? Divided by 66.8.
I missed something?
That's 18 Abrams tanks worth of propellant getting expended in 120 seconds. Any unit but the metric system. It's an American launch. It's got to be in weird.
Okay. Did you want to smell this? You can smell it. Just don't spill it.
Pretty cool, huh? It's a lot of mass, dude. And the core stage is even more. The core stage with all the hydrogen is, well, actually, it's not even more. It's pushing. Give me 1 second. The core stage with a full tank of gas is approaching 300 tons. So 300,000 kilos, if I'm remembering correctly.
April 9?
Actually, no, it's got to
I
be
have to
more than
change my
that.
appointment.
That doesn't make sense. I think that's the dry mass.
Ugh.
I think it's. Yeah, no, it's got to be about there. I'd have to go look. I'd have to go.
Why?
Like a lot. That's a lot.
Oh, I hate
That's
you.
a lot of mass getting expended in a very short period of time. That's the amount of power that you need to get up into space. You got to accelerate something to 17,500 miles an hour to get into orbit. To get to
Fuck
the moon
Timmy.
where these guys went,
I hate that
beyond
cat.
25,000 miles an hour.
Anyone else want them? You can have them.
Watch, you'll see how much power that SLS rocket
That's right.
had to shoot them all the way up there. Because what do they always say? What goes up must come down, right? They're still beholden to gravity here, right? Even though they're in orbit, right? They went all the way out to the moon. Now they're falling back to Earth. When they fall back to Earth, it'll be at a similar speed that was required to accelerate out to the moon. So entry interface is going to be around 25,000 miles an hour. 25,000 miles an hour makes a bullet look slow. Bullet. That's
I know,
not
there's
bad,
no
right?
takebacks. I'm
No,
just
that's not
venting.
even close to fast. You can't even see a bullet when it's fired out without a special camera, right? You can't even see it. Now, the Orion capsule is 25 tons. It's 25 tons, and it's going like 5 times as fast as a rifle cartridge. We'll take 308 because I like 308, right? How many G's? During re-entry, it's going to get a little rough. Past 5. It'll be past 5. It's going to get probably 4.5 G's sustained for, entry takes.
Alexa, what does Mach 32
Keep in
mean?
mind, it goes up, it goes down. It depends on what phase of descent
Mach 32
capsule
means
it's in and
traveling
how
at
steep of
32
a re-entry
times
they
the speed
want.
of sound. That's incredibly fast.
You'll feel
About
it. You'll feel
24,000
it.
miles per hour.
Yeah, rockets are ridiculous. That's why I like rockets so much, because they go fast. They make bullets look slow. They make airplanes look slow. Like even the fastest airplanes around, the X-15, SR-71. Bro, that's a snail compared to rockets. That's a snail.
Okay.
What's Dragon re-entry G-forces?
You were in the drama
maybe
like.
a little bit less. And like I said, you're gonna feel it.
I'm trying to alleviate my back pain.
Anybody ever been to Disney World? Been to Epcot and Disney World to ride the Mission Space ride? Ride the what is it? The orange
I
Mission
want to
Space.
get a haircut.
That's 3.5 G's sustained.
When am I going to get a haircut?
That is,
I need a trim.
yeah, you're in the ballpark there. That's kind of what it's like.
I hate when I
mean,
double
dude,
book. That's why I need a fucking
felt it
calendar.
after that ride.
I
Yeah,
have one. I just need to
orange.
use it.
Yeah, you
This is
felt
Mission
it.
Control
I got out of there and I
Houston,
was like,
specifically
what
the Artemis
the
Flight
heck?
Control Room here in Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas.
How do I cancel on here?
This is a live view.
No, I
How
didn't
close
want
are
to
they to
come.
inventing another less explosive and expensive way to get to space? Orange, that's going to be a little ways
Who the
off.
fuck
There's
is it
not many
even
things that
with? I
give
don't
out
even
that
know her
amount of
name.
power in that time. You got to remember. Do we have things that are more efficient? Yeah, sure.
All right,
the
I gotta
rocket
call
needs
somebody.
needs to fart out
Fuck my life.
17,500 miles worth of change in velocity, right? You need to do it in less than probably 8 to 9 minutes, because if you could accelerate something to 17,500 miles an hour, but it took 20 minutes instead, Earth will pull you back. Earth will pull you back in. It's about you have to go fast, and you have to also be able to get an insane amount of power out all at the same time. So there's not many things out there that can do that. Rocket fuel is pretty good.
What do you think about that short? Yeah, I think that's a good length.
Spacecraft glitching. No, the solar panels are wobbling around on Orion right now because somebody's working out. I think it's Victor. I think Victor's doing some reps on the
Not too short. When you say FML, then life says assume the position.
The launch abort system is heavy. Once again, Matt, the launch abort system is solid rockets. It's a solid rocket.
That's not true, 'cause I say FML a lot.
It needs to be a powerful solid rocket.
So, yeah.
Once again, guys.
Overall, things are going pretty good.
Like, oh, we're never going to invent something like Star
My
Wars.
back hurts
No,
like
no.
I got like a
I'm just telling you
zillion
where
back
we're at
shots,
right now.
but I didn't.
The truth of the
Get
matter
any.
is that if you want to look
So
at
that
better
sucks.
spacecraft propulsion systems, that would be great. Please do that. You want to pursue a career in advanced
Oh, those trees are pretty.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't do that.
Would
You
it
know,
be?
in the past, like even when I was in high school, like there was like, you're gonna invent the next crazy thing. You're gonna. Nowadays, people say, "Oh, that can't be done. Oh, that can't be done." That's bullcrap. No, no.
Cute.
That's not how we invent warp drive. This is ridiculous. No, go to school. Learn how to do
Hanging
this
upside
stuff. Put in the
down
work.
by my
Figure
ankles
out.
by one of those things where you stretch
Make
your
the
back.
next warp drive. You make
Although,
millions of dollars.
I don't
You make
actually know.
millions of dollars.
I think bending over, doing toe stretches, whatever, that was helpful.
I have a bachelor's degree.
Going for a walk might help.
Anything about engineering, I'm self-taught. Why is there tonal noise?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The buzzing noise, that's the dial tone for Orion. You're hearing the
Strengthening my
uplink
back might be
to
good.
Orion. It's not background
Losing
noise,
my
I swear.
midsection would help
That's
my
the
back.
uplink that you're hearing. That's why I usually don't mess with background noise on the stream. It's really annoying, right? This background noise, I'm cool with. That's Orion's dial tone.
Honestly, I'm afraid if I lose my
That sounds
midsection,
means
will
they
I
got a
lose these
connection. Now
two?
check this out. If you go on
Kinda like
DSN
these.
now, Deep Space Network now, you could see what dish NASA is using around the world to talk. Well, at least have signal. So that buzz, that specific buzz, is from Canberra 34. It's from Canberra 34. It is uploading a signal at an S-band frequency signal at 0.2 kilowatts. See it right there? And the downlink is 2 megabits per second at minus 110 dBm. Now, Canberra has 2 downlinks going because they're downlinking all the telemetry back to mission control, right? And they do that through land terrestrial cables. They do that through landlines. But yeah. Now, I know what people are going to ask. Why is Canberra? What the hell? How's NASA's using something from Canberra? Yeah, of course. The Earth is spinning, so you're not. The United States isn't
You're
always.
watching live coverage of the Artemis 2 mission, the first of humans aboard Orion.
The United States isn't always going to have line of sight. So NASA, with its European and Australian partners, built out a deep space tracking network during the Apollo program. There are dishes in Madrid. There are dishes in California, the United States, at Goldstone. There are dishes in Australia. That is a third of the way around the Earth. So, like the one in California is here, right? Canberra is over here. Miami's over here. Madrid. Miami? Sorry, I've been doing this for a long time. Look at the uptime.
Oh,
So
no,
with
say.
Goldstone here, you
I
have
don't even know stuff.
Australia here, and you have Spain here. They're triangulated around. So as the Earth's spinning, you can always get line of sight. That's the uplink.
Thanks.
That's what
Appreciate
you're
it.
hearing. You hear that buzzing.
Yeah, but it's on my back though, so I need to strengthen my back to be able to carry it. So I need to go. I'm planning on going to the gym next Wednesday with my son. So while I'm there, I'll maybe
Well, yesterday,
plan
it seemed
ahead.
like we had
Whoa, who am I?
still
And look up like back
Take a look at it. That's
exercises
the dial tone. That doesn't
and
mean
then
the
new
dish is
machines to
transmitting,
strengthen my
right?
back,
It's the dial tone.
my arms and my
Pick up
legs.
the phone. That means you have a connection. Then you got to dial it, right? They dial it every time they click the radio zone. When they're in signal blackout, they don't stop the signal. They can still be transmitted, which is why you heard the noise.
Okay. I was going to ask like how old are you? But if you're old enough to know that song, you're probably older
That was
than
big,
you're,
sorry.
than
Space practice.
you know.
I don't know why my brain gets
Immature.
all into Miami.
I mean, you're fine. I like song references to
Been doing
things.
this a lot. I've been streaming
just-
since the thing launched.
Yeah, you're good. Don't
It
don't
launched
be
like-
offended.
I've only been sleeping when the astronauts did. So I've been here running like 16-hour days for like the last week.
I mean, if
I'm
you are
not missing
offended,
any-
I'm sorry.
See, Kraken, type
I'm
again.
not meaning to
What is
offend.
it last thing?
Okay. Yeah, you said we were born the same year,
As
apparently.
we are the press conference live at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, and expect that to begin.
What month are you?
So, if you are watching this channel and looking for more spacecraft views, you can switch to our other live stream. Otherwise,
I have a hard time keeping everybody's information. August. Okay. So you're turning 41. Did you do anything special for your 40th birthday? I went to a karaoke, rented a karaoke room with my family, but I was sick. I had COVID and I didn't know at the time. So I couldn't sing. It was really sad. But it was fun to hear everyone else sing.
Bullshit. Yes.
Try to sing. They did. It was fun. It was fun.
It's not like a nuclear salt water system.
What's that one song? Time Bomb. My son tried to do Time Bomb, so
It's
he
using a
couldn't do
20
it, so he
watt
handed the mic
off-the-shelf
to me,
reactor compact
and I
reactor
tried to do it,
that's hooked to a brake site.
and it was
Basically a
okay.
turbine.
I did bad, but he was like, "How do you do that? Like you didn't even I don't know, what was it? Like I knew the black something
Reactors in space.
Cadillac. I know that part,
There was this
but I don't
stuff
care
Snap 10A.
Somehow doing karaoke for so long, I got better about not like
All those sites had an RTG.
my wrist shaking violently and being so scared. I still get scared to do it, but
Right, here's the
you
next
know,
one.
the only way you really can get over stuff, I shouldn't have done that hand
Listen, is there
motion.
anything that that's if you take a look on stage with the service box,
I'm sorry.
it's
I'm
like
sorry. Anyway, I don't know what that looked like. Anyway,
I'd say keep
but,
going with the EU.
the only way to get over things is probably sometimes get going through it, doing it. So I like talk to him. It was fun. I gotta be like, hey, I'm 40. It's my birthday. I'm 40. This is my first rodeo. This is your first time. It's okay to be scared, you know, and you still tried a little bit, and that was really cool. Anyway. There was an attempt, but you got the parts that count.
Update on historic first crude
Mhm.
blood test flight.
Tried to. When I had a sore throat, it sounded raspy.
On our panel today,
I
we
couldn't-
have NASA
If there was a song I could do, that probably would have been it, because it was not really singing. You're just kind of saying it. I don't know.
Kelsey Young.
It's a nice day. I'm looking forward to my walk if I get there.
From each of the briefers before
No, it was not sultry. Like, dude,
if you're
you
on
weren't
the phone,
there.
press *1 to submit your question. When called upon, please state your name, affiliation, and to whom you'd like to direct.
Also, I was with my family, so sultry wasn't my vibe I was going for.
Thanks, Bethany. It's been an exciting Artemis 2
Spray
mission
bottle.
so far, and a very eventful 24 hours as the crew surpassed the Apollo 13 distance record, 252,756 miles from Earth. They relayed observations from the lunar surface that captured some
Fair
incredible
indeed.
imagery. They
Anyway,
performed
did you do
mission
anything
call with
for your
colleagues
40th
on the International
birthday?
Space Station. They performed additional manual piloting of the Orion
Like
spacecraft.
a big deal thing, because it's a, you know,
Pressure of 10.5 psi. and
it's
support
got a
future
0 at the
unmanned
end, so
lander
it's got to be a
operations.
big deal.
And they did take a call from the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
It's a
We had
milestone.
millions of viewers on that that tuned in for that historic broadcast.
If not,
It
you should do
concluded
something for your
with the
41st
President
birthday.
promptly inviting
I don't know what I'm doing
astronauts
for
to visit
mine.
the Oval Office. Now, Integrity
I
led
don't
the
know what
lunar
I'm
sphere of
doing.
influence earlier this morning. So
I was
they
trying to
know,
go see my
approximately
friend.
229,000
Where does
miles
she
from
live?
Earth. They will splash down Friday
I don't
evening
even know.
at approximately 8:07 p.m. Eastern time.
I was trying to see her in May, but maybe it's
And you
getting
can
too
see some of
close.
the
I might have to look at
spectacular
one in
images
June.
the crew have captured here on our screens.
Like, but I don't want to.
Here we go.
I don't know what I'm doing.
This is the first time humans have
She lives somewhere on the
documented
East
some parts
Coast.
of the far side of the moon. Now, these images will be publicly available on NASA's website, our digital platforms, and the White House actually
Virginia,
released
North
the now
Carolina,
iconic Earthsat
West
photo
Virginia.
from earlier today.
I don't
And
remember.
these are the first of many incredible
It's somewhere I
images
don't
of the
think
moon, and we'll
about.
continue to release them as they become available. My understanding from just a few minutes ago is that they captured over 175 gigabytes of imagery from the lunar
look at
pass
Orange,
alone
look
just
Orange.
yesterday. And the images
Oh,
that you are seeing
you
right now
traveled?
have been
Where did you
transmitted
travel
back
to?
Earth predominantly
What do
through
I want to do?
communication,
It would be cool to try karaoke again, but it's my 41st birthday. We did that last year, and I don't need my family to know how I sound when I sing karaoke. I'm okay with it.
Many of which have directly supported the Artemis program missions and will continue to
Maybe
do
go
so.
to batting cages?
The exploration ground system
No,
personnel.
nobody wants to do that. Probably. Maybe. Maybe do a batting cage thing. Do something athletic. So batting cage.
Out of date, and we expect ML1 to be back in the vehicle assembly building.
I want to go to batting cages really bad. I think that's not going to be good for my back though. But I want to. So,
months right now, several months. On the science front, my
I
understanding
don't
is
know.
Origin Mark 1 lunar landers wrapping up here at the Johnson Space Center in Chamber A. Nancy Grace Roman.
It's summer. Maybe rent a pickleball court. I saw that could be a thing.
Launch date this year, sometime in the next 2 weeks. In aeronautics, we've been flying the X-59 almost daily while the Artemis 2 mission has been underway. We work to rebuild our X-plane portfolio. The first senior level Artemis 3 mission design discussion today.
And after.
Teams are working with
Go in the hot tub and
base
sit.
RFIs and RFPs, and we are advancing the Skyfall scientific payload for the first.
I love the sound of the ball hitting the bat.
SR-1 Freedom. I think the
And
most
the feel.
important point we're trying to make here is we can launch
When it-
this recognition
when it connects
cycle
good,
to
it's a
start
good
making
feeling.
meaningful progress towards Artemis 3 and do all the
Okay.
other important programs the world's been waiting for from NASA. And with that,
Shut
I'll
up,
turn it
you're
over to
hearing
Dr. Place.
Thank you, Jared. I just have to say,
Out loud,
wow, when I
nuts.
look at all of those images that were scrolling by. I hope all of you are as inspired as I am. I know as they continue to be downloaded, they're just absolutely stunning, and we really hope that they are inspiring truly everyone in the world. As the crew surpassed the record for the farthest distance, as Jared just mentioned, when they traveled on the far side of the moon, they offered some compelling words, and I love this. They said they challenged this generation and the next to make sure that this record is not long-lived, and I love that because we have big plans to go. Not just back to the moon on a
What
regular
is
basis. but
Alexa?
beyond.
What is not long lived mean?
And then, of course, while it's been really exciting here in the last couple
Keep it
of
classy.
days,
Context of Mach
because
32.
we've been watching
Not
all the
long-lived
activity
light
in
refers to
Orion,
the
we still have to
duration
ensure
of
that
such
Reed,
extreme
Victor,
speeds.
Christina, and
At Mach
Jeremy return
32,
home safely
an
on
object
Friday
travels
evening.
at
So we're pretty
32
focused
times
on
the
that,
speed
and
of
making
sound.
sure that
Alexa,
they're
off.
safely.
It's fine.
I
Thank
will
you.
just say a couple of things about yesterday's operations. Really provided a great opportunity to test how our flight operations teams and our science team.
I
are working
guess it
together in real
means
time with the crews at the
That
moon.
it's not going to be a
From
long
my
time
perspective,
between
one
the
of my
next
favorite
one, I
things about
guess.
watching all of the amazing data that was flowing down yesterday is thinking about how so much of NASA is working together in order to enable all of what you're seeing.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, dude, they got the
Ow.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Exercise.
Oh.
Hell yeah, they got the
But as I
no,
was
keep
saying,
that. Keep the
it's
commandos.
really great
That's
to
sick.
see everybody
Oh, yeah,
working
Timmy's
together.
not in
So
here.
think about
I
our
was like-
exploration programs that are supporting our
I kind of had a
transportation
moment of
systems
missing
like
him during
Orion,
that pain.
working with our flight operations and our flight
What
directors.
did he do? Oh, he
all of the
scratched me.
ground teams
Yeah.
that are supporting, including the science.
I think he can come back
team
in.
supporting
That was
the
a
Science
timeout.
Mission Directorate. Thinking about our crew, they're actually performing the work, and then the payloads that have been provided that they're using. So everything that you're looking at isn't just, it's not just the pretty pictures. It's a huge chunk of NASA working together to enable that.
That's a big deal.
All of this
100%
information that we're gathering,
same
is really
physics.
going to help refine how we plan our future missions to the lunar
What are we talking about?
surface. I'll just say that our flight operations team continues to fly Orion and put it through its
I don't know.
paces
What do you
as
want to
the
do for your
crew and spacecraft
41st
make their way
birthday?
home. And the mission isn't over yet.
Maybe,
We do
maybe do an
continue to
escape
learn,
room would be fun.
How our spacecraft and our crew are operating together in space. We
I don't
continue
know.
with several of the science activities that are focused on the crew health and life in space. So still a lot of things going on. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Rick so he can share some of the operational details.
Maybe I could do that with friends.
The administrator touched on a few of the operations that the crew's been up to recently.
If my
but also
family doesn't
a
want
few of the
to.
other
'Cause
details
now I
of-
have
of
some.
interest. Since we
What?
last met Sunday evening, the crew performed the first orbital trajectory correction maneuver, outbound trajectory correction maneuver number 3. It was 10.4 feet per second.
Go to a
Duration was
convention?
19 seconds, and we used our
That's what you wanna
auxiliary
do?
thrusters on the service module.
Oh yeah, there's
Obviously,
conventions.
Yesterday was the big day with
I want to go to one in the
Those
fall. There's
details
one out
from
here in the
Kelsey,
fall
but,
that's cool.
You know, we had some really poignant remarks from the crew.
I don't know if it's every
I
year.
can assure you there wasn't a dry eye in mission control when the naming of the 2 craters was announced by Jeremy.
Harold.
As part
Harold.
of the lunar flyby, the crew made their pass closest to the moon, flying at 3,000.
And a lot more simple than you think, than you perceive. What are we talking about? The-
march back home to Earth.
The moon flight
Earlier today,
mock
at 1:23
thing.
p.m. Eastern time. That's the milestone where we exited the lunar sphere of influence, and we're back under the control of Earth's gravity. As for today's operations, we had a couple of public affairs events. The crew is going to have, each of them will have a conference with their family members. We'll have some routine medical checks. And then in the evening, we're going to perform the first return trajectory correction maneuver. It will be 1.3 feet per second. It'll last about 15 seconds, and we're going to use the service module reaction control system thrusters to do that burn. We expect that burn to occur about.
Do they all
8 p.m.
sleep at the
Eastern
same
time.
time? I want that, and I want to know.
I'll conclude my remarks with acknowledging
No
that
one
the
keeps
USS
watch?
John P. Murtha has left port. and has started steaming out to the midway point for the recovery of Integrity and her
I
crew
just couldn't.
later on Friday.
What if?
That's all.
I
for
guess
today's
people
operations update.
back home are watching, so if something's wrong, they can be like, "Wake up! You're off course."
We
I
did
don't know.
we set out to do the Raider Science team and the crew prepared extensively, as we talked about a couple days ago, for flyby.
That's what I would
Saw
assume.
that yesterday.
But there's
during
only 4 of them.
execution. We confirmed,
So,
as Lori mentioned, that
it
we
seems like they would
can
need all 4 of them
achieve
awake
science through
doing
local
stuff.
observations and through integrating
And they're
science into flight operations.
always.
And
I
as
always-
Rick just said,
I don't
we
know.
left temporarily.
Seems like I always
looking
see
forward
4
to
of them.
integrating all these lessons learned in future missions. I can't conclude opening remarks without diving into science details, so forgive me just a couple deep dives.
No, shut up, go
Impact
on.
flashes.
Good. No,
You
don't
know,
shut up.
over a 30-minute observation period.
Did 100%
largely
leave?
during that time of the eclipse. Crew observed several impact flashes. We did have citizen scientists here on Earth also looking for flashes, and I know that the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter team is hard at work trying to identify evidence of those impact flashes that the crew observed. I did have a chance to have the post-flyby crew conference with the crew this morning. and we asked a lot of
Sometimes I
follow-ups
say
on those
stuff and I
impact
forget what I've
flashes.
said. So by the time you respond, I gotta get reminded of what I said.
I
don't know what you're responding to.
And they really help tell us about the dynamic lunar environment.
It's annoying.
It's also important when we think
I
about
know.
future missions. I don't know if I expected to have
I have
the
to
crew
live
see
with
me
it.
on this mission, so you probably saw the surprise
Imagine
and
that.
shock on my face. And though I was not in the science evaluation room, I heard that there were audible screams of delight. So,
It
very
happens
excited
with
for
my
this community.
in-person conversations
You heard
too.
me talk a lot about the importance that human explorers bring to scientific exploration, especially around observations of color. And so I'm sure all of you, like I was eagerly awaiting if they saw any other colors other than black, white, and shades of gray. You heard that they did indeed. Right away, they started describing the green around Aristarchus Plateau and different brown hues. And these colors really help tell us nuances about the chemistry of lunar material, especially the greens around Aristarchus. That was exciting. That's something that we can all see from here on Earth. And so I encourage you all to go out and look at the moon tonight and look for Aristarchus and imagine those green hues that the crew members saw. You heard a lot of discussion, especially from our pilot Victor Glover, about the Terminator, which really, to our
Yes, they
mind,
call it the
highlighted
Terminator.
benefits and also the challenges for future surface
And I heard
operations.
something about Terminator 2, but I don't know if there's 2 of them out there or just there's going to be another one the next time.
In many ways, the lighting conditions of the South Polar region, the low sun angles, the dramatic lighting causing, the extreme shadowing, and illumination also accentuating topography. This is really important for our agency's future moon base plans and understanding how crew member observations can contribute to future mission planning. And finally, the Artemis 2 crew, in a very poignant moment, offered proposed names for 2 unnamed craters in the moon's eastern hemisphere. Crater Integrity for their vehicle and Crater Carroll for Commander Wiseman's late wife.
What happened?
We have a picture, yeah, thank you.
What did you get angry about? What did you break? If you want to share. I'm sorry. Ooh, that reminds me. When I was a kid, my mom gave us these really cool things from the mall that are like intricate wax candles. Like my brother got a wizard holding a cake. It was like, I got a cool dinosaur with the marble it was holding. I don't know why I got mad. I was mad at my mom and I just like threw it and broke it. And like my siblings saw it. My mom's like, "Well, it's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. She just doesn't know. She doesn't have a dragon." And I was like, I don't know why I was so mad. I had so much anger.
Just curious if there was any pre-planned discussions.
I wish I didn't. It's such a cool dragon.
And then really quickly,
It was
I also
purple.
wanted to just check on a toilet status
And had lots
update.
of detail.
We heard this morning that I
So,
heard some chatter
From that moment, though, I was like,
it
okay,
being considered, a
watch your
reinstatement
anger
now
to not
because
do that
the
again.
Toilet out of commission
At a
until
young
we
age.
get back,
I'm
or
very
is it-
careful.
Thanks.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes, I know the crew put
Yeah.
a lot of obviously thought and pre-planning.
That's a good time for a break.
To what you heard yesterday, it is my understanding that he was aware prior to yesterday.
And the toilet remains.
Is it
operational.
broken
The challenge that we're
to where you
working
can't
through
fix
is
it?
evacuating
The stuff that you broke?
wastewater tank. The event is a lot less than we were expecting, and so we're having to fall back to some other.
I don't mean to. I'm talking to you kind of like you're a kid. I feel like. I don't mean to be condescending. I just thought about my kid self and
deferring some maintenance.
your kid self. Like, aw. I mean, we still have kid stuff inside ourselves. We're all the versions of ourselves. Still, they don't just like evaporate.
The wastewater products. We don't need
Anyway.
maintenance as often, and so that's what that exchange was about.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's just for
I'm hearing lots with aviation.
not for people.
I'm not gonna tell you to not be sad.
Pretty
Learn
impressive
that lesson.
portfolio of missions
just gonna
and
say-
outline that NASA's involved in now. And without getting you in trouble with your boss,
Ah,
are you gonna be
This
able to
too
spend
shall pass.
$18.8 billion budget, $5.6 billion for 27? Or
Is the breaking stuff permanent?
kind of work with Congress to see if the
Depends on what you broke.
administration will
Like if you
support
broke like a family photo or something,
Cool, Chad. Be cool.
broke a frame, you can fix the frame.
and then move on to
I don't
other
know.
questions like that at a later date.
Breaking stuff is cathartic. Have you ever been to a break room before? Anybody? My son went to one for one of his birthdays with his friends. I got to go and be in there. It was very stressful to make sure they didn't fuck up too much. You know, like not hit each other. But you could have hammers and other things, and you could like throw frames at the wall and glass. And have a bat, I think, and just like play the music you want to, hook it up to the speaker, and they played their own music. Anyway, a break room that's a fun way to
Oh my gosh.
let some stuff out, I guess.
When I woke up this morning,
Middle schoolers
I
got a
just-
lot of
I
angst.
spent most of my morning just
Anyway.
going through, the thousands
So if you want to break
of
stuff,
that
go
are
to a
starting
break
come
room,
down.
a break
And there is
space.
something in every
Don't break
image
your
that
stuff.
surprises me, right? I mean, you might think that after looking at hundreds of images taken of the lunar surface,
I gotta hit
that
only a few
I have
things.
not, nor do I
Had to be watching.
get sick of it. I mean, it's just
It was pretty
their
cool.
experience and the amount of time and the rate at which they were moving.
And we wore like
Every
blue
vantage point is
things that
different.
reminded me of
You heard them
coveralls.
audibly
They were
describe
coveralls.
yesterday,
They were blue
wow, I'm looking at the same
But
feature as I was
to
10
cover
minutes ago,
ourselves.
it
And then
looks different,
I think we had
right?
masks.
And the
We
images
definitely had
reflect
some
that.
kind of protection on
And
our
so,
faces.
when I see these
It was
images,
cool.
I connect to each one in a different way, especially in light of what we heard from the crew yesterday. I think as a geologist by training, I love looking at the pictures of the lunar surface, but I think certainly, emotionally, a lot of us have connected with the images of Earth, with the images from during the eclipse, with the images from the vehicle cameras taking pictures of the moon during the eclipse period. And while they are inspirational and I think allow all of us to, really feel a little bit of what they were feeling.
1
there's
hour
also
from
a lot of
now is
science,
food.
Hidden, inside of those.
I'm trying to get my
images. And I
iron
can
levels
tell you
up,
that
and
right now,
coffee
as we speak,
inhibits
there is a
iron
science evaluation
consumption up to
protocol of
52%. So
several dozen scientists who are already getting going on those
I guess I'll
images.
have coffee after breakfast from now
Just as
on.
one example, there was
or
a healthy
something.
scientific debate this morning about some of those images taken during the eclipse period, and what we can see.
Hi,
in solar
Difflet Man.
phenomena and what
How's
we
it
can see in
going? Is that a
solar
heart?
light.
It
So
is.
the conversations and the science lessons learned are just beginning.
Good afternoon.
Teaching skill, the
Hanging out on my day off, I guess. It's a day off. Because my back says so.
Artist going on and having that very characteristic blackout of when you go.
Woo, That guy's a handsome guy.
How much longer are missions to the moon going to have that as we develop a moon base? And where do, say, communication satellites in lunar orbit land on the priority list? Yeah, I'd say, people have asked quite a bit about, who's elevated blood pressure.
I didn't see a ring on his finger.
With Orion on the far side of the moon. This is
Also
we
wasn't
have
looking.
health issues, and we have
Whoops.
relatively,
Anyway.
Routinely certainly are operating.
So, what are you guys doing today?
Do as well, but in terms of the bigger picture, can we?
I have an hour
right?
till I
And we
need
talk
to
about
make food.
Prioritizing observation and comm relay satellites.
I guess I could diamond dart.
And bring the world along with us.
I haven't done that in a minute.
So, and I think I was in a meeting not that long ago where
This
we
position
described
is
this
good on my
as
back.
The platinum age for commercial communication capabilities, certainly the golden age. We're very close. So we have a number of providers that are all investing heavily in these kind of capabilities that we can take advantage of in LEO, cislunar space, and I have no doubt in lunar world.
Is that a green screen behind him?
Hi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For
That's
Interstellar
the
Gateway.
moon.
Thanks for doing
That's
these.
it.
This is really cool. Jared, question for you. Can you speak on the responsibility of what being the administrator during such a pivotal moment means? And secondly, I'm speaking on behalf of musicians around the world and bands. I have a band called Chasing Satellites, and will there be potentially an opportunity to submit music for a future Artemis mission for the wake up calls? That was really cool to be a part of and to watch as a musician.
Certainly. So I think I've described before that I thought that certainly felt a lot more pressure, being on the outside and responsible for a human spaceflight mission than being in the vehicle itself, especially a mission such as Artemis 2, which kicks off so many other exciting ones to follow as, we return to the moon and build that enduring presence to learn so that we can undertake even grander missions, as Dr. Glaze referenced, beyond the moon in the future. So I think it is a great responsibility, but you derive confidence from all the expertise that exists within NASA, the workforce, our commercial, our international partners that come together for a moment like this, all the testing that goes into it, the fact that we have this playbook before and we're running it. Now, in terms of contributions for music and future wake-up music for subsequent missions, I hope we're running so many missions to and from the moon in the future that we're going to have to cast a very wide net for creative contents.
So,
For Administrator Isaac and Tom Costello with NBC News.
oh, my
I'm just
coffee's
wondering,
over.
how are you feeling
But
now?
you can
Well,
still
as
have your coffee.
had the crew all
Thanks for the
together,
morning
you've been very
hugs.
successful
Right back at you.
around the far side. How are you feeling
Um,
about this setting the stage, testing out the vehicle for a lunar landing as soon as 2028?
Not a bad question. Yes, I'm
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd say for this mission, we're certainly off to a good start. I mean, if we launch,
Good morning. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm
make
just-
commentary early on, and
I had
like
back
that
pain,
we're
so I'm
talking
just
about,
chilling.
what are
I'm in a
access
good position where
valves
there's no
and
pain right
cabin
now, so I
temperature
kinda
and
don't wanna
other
move.
issues for that matter, for all the things that we could have been potentially talking about prior to the mission underway. But
I do have stuff I need to do.
We get through re-entry and everybody's undershoots into the water. In terms of getting ready for the subsequent missions, it's kind of why I picked some of the words that I did at the beginning of this press event.
Someone on YouTube requested I make a video of cleaning the kitchen or bathroom or something. Excuse me. So maybe all that bending and stretching would help my back, and cleaning would help my back, maybe? Or it might aggravate it. If I clean my bathroom for an hour.
We've got the other things to get done.
But this is on.
Artemis 3. It's why
I know I'm not
it's
paying attention 100%,
way
but-
up to 39B right now. We've got
Oh,
time to
stretch.
get back into VAB,
Yes.
ideally in a week. That would cut down on the turnaround, I think, by 3 months compared to Artemis 2. So we can do.
Oh, there was a
take,
pop.
Again, world-changing missions like Artemis 2 right now. and
Call me a
get-
Rice Krispie. Snap, crackle, and pop.
JoshDinnerspace.com. Has this mission revealed anything about life aboard Orion, workload, flights in deep space, or maybe something unexpected?
I have back
How NASA
pain
and Artemis crews approach
from a
preparing for
pre-existing
future
injury
missions.
that I will not acknowledge. I'm
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
a really
erase that
interesting
person from my
question.
brain.
We've
Rude
we've learned
people.
a tremendous amount.
I thought
as
you
part
had a
of
hospital
lot of the
phone
flight
appointment
test
today.
subjective
It's actual
activities we've been
tomorrow?
doing. I think we have a couple of problems that we
Oh.
still need to work out. But
That
Orion
happens
has
to me
been-
too.
has
At
shown
least
itself
you
to be a very
thought it was the
capable,
day before, not the
capsule
day
for,
after. That
beyond
sucks.
orbit space travel. And I think
When that
the
happens.
things like, as the administrator talked about, the things that we're going to have to improve upon for Artemis 3 are relatively small and incremental in nature, as opposed to wholesale redesigns
Okay.
of spacecraft subsystems. So overall, I'm extremely pleased with the performance of the spacecraft and how it served as a
So that means you don't have anything today, except for thinking about how you need to make you ready for tomorrow.
Associated Press for Dr. Young.
hard for me to know how quickly these pictures.
Where's
are coming
my
down.
list of
How many
things I needed to do?
estimate that have come down so
On
far
the coffee
from
table? That's
And,
helpful to be over
these
there.
luminous flashes on the surface, was that an actual meteor shower, do you think, or is it just your usual business of?
Alexa, if I have lower back pain,
Yeah,
can
so
cleaning my bathroom help
team definitely continues to
help
work really hard
with the
to
back pain, or would
gather
that
the
aggravate the
images as fast as
situation?
we can. Of
Probably.
course, we also have other vehicle data that needs to come down as
Cleaning
well.
your bathroom
But the team is working really hard to try to get those images down and of course get them out to you guys as well. We, as of the time I left console roughly an hour ago, there was just over 50 gigabytes of data from yesterday that had come down. Of course, that's not.
Well, there's not enough
every image does not
hours
exactly
and
have
there's
to
not
be
enough days in the
moved,
week
but
to
it is
get that
taken
done.
from
This is like
within
a,
the
I guess it's a
observation
rest
period.
day.
So we're working really hard
Better to
to
rest
get
and
those
then
down,
go
as well
hard
as the
tomorrow.
audio files that the crew were taking. That's a really rich scientific data set.
There's always a list of things to do. Yes, the list will always be there, and things to do will always be there. So make time for family, friends, yourself.
But there are multiple hours of
Definitely
recordings of
gotta
people
make more
leading
time for
science
nature.
observations. About 2/3 of
And also,
them
this is
we've
pretty
got down
cool.
so far, and our team has
I don't know.
already
I thought I was too dumb to enjoy stuff, so I don't know why I do that. I just have blinders on
As
and
for the impact flashes, yeah,
exclude
absolutely,
myself from fun things.
I think they saw at least 4,
'Cause I don't think I
possibly up to
belong.
6 impact flashes.
I mean, I don't,
Again, I talked to them
but
about
I can
this
still
morning
observe.
in the group conference with
Anyway.
them. I think, we it's very early
Today
to tell,
will
right? This
be
happened less
a
than
trip
24
to the
hours ago. Our
gym
teams are looking at
and
it now,
maybe
it's
take off
reflecting
the
the
task I've
requirements
been
over.
putting
It'd be
off.
really helpful
Nice.
to try to help us narrow in on
What do
that.
you like to do at the
But
gym?
The lunar environment is a dynamic place.
Tomorrow,
We have a lot to learn
James
about
is
it.
looking at
LRO
you
has
with
returned
a
a lot of
side.
information about the lunar
Who's
environment,
James?
but observations like this are a critical part of our understanding, which will pay dividends for
Oh,
future surface
James.
exploration.
I'm like, why is James looking at me with a side eye?
Question maybe for Jared. So why haven't we been back to the moon in 53 minutes?
Tell James to cool it. He needs to chill. Oh, do I need to chill then? Who am I looking at with a side eye? Did I do a side eye? I try to keep those. I try to keep those under wraps.
The mission design meeting today. But sort of the 2 or 3 hardest problems you're tackling right now to make sure that launches next year.
Yeah, and so I don't want to get too far out in front of a mission that's underway right now. I would just say that there are a lot of things based on the information we have available today for feedback from our vendors that we know are achievable. And I think one of the questions probably will just be what the initial orbit will be for Artemis 3. Is it going to be LEO or HEO? And I think that we're all going to have some sense of which one. And there's pros and cons for each of them for sure. We're all going to be able to have some sense about which path we'll likely go down based on launch cadence of our 2 HLS providers, both of which have launches coming up, I would say, in the next month or less right now. So a big key to our strategy, not just to return to the moon, but to stay and to build a base, is going to be rapid reusability of heavy lift launch vehicles. So the more they get experience doing that, the more options that are available for us for Artemis 3.
This guy's really cool. That I linked in chat. I overheard him say that if people don't know stuff, he doesn't judge them. It's just more like an opportunity for him to teach people and get people more aware and educated on space and whatever is happening. That he's sharing. I don't know. That made me feel good.
Get all of these images and verbal descriptions and annotations. What's the plan for the science team in the days and weeks ahead to go?
Not only for me, but for other people too. It's a good energy to have. Very touching. I do some cardio, and I have.
We have a lot of data to get through. Like I said, it has already started. We had teams working overnight, after the crew went to sleep, as soon as we started getting data down. I will reiterate that we will be getting all mission data.
I don't know what Pinwake
relevant to
program
lunar
is.
Science archived and made publicly available
Like
within
chess.
6 months post splashdown. So these are all of the images of the moon, these audio files, and even the annotations. But in the meantime, over
So
these
the
next
pull
6
down
months, we're
hamstring
also
curl, I
going to
guess, is
be
this one.
preparing,
Period.
two
Do
reports
that.
that we also owe to be publicly released within 6 months
And then there's
post-mission.
this.
One is a science operations report that describes
I need to do
how our
stuff.
team
I need to
is
get some
structured to integrate
fire
with flight
playlists to listen
operations
to.
accomplish our objectives. But relevant to your question, the second one is a
Playlists will get me to do almost anything.
preliminary lunar science report. And so we are going to be going objective by objective with those 10 lunar science objectives.
for
we
you.
referenced,
Hope
looking
you
across
enjoyed
this
that.
entire,
Gym
really
time.
rich, robust, but very large data set, and really trying to understand what data we got relevant to each objective, but set
Let's
up
see what
a
happens when I
community
sit
for
up.
success
Am
so
I
that
ready
they
to
can
move?
access those data and help us answer these fundamental driving
Let's
science
try.
questions. The lunar science team for this mission, it was our charter to develop the objectives and to maximize the science value out of this mission. We'll be doing an initial assessment over 6 months, and then we'll
Maybe it's time
eager
to
see what
make
the
food.
community is able to do with these data.
And to be ready to eat it soon.
We'll move to Kim Chen, the New York Times.
45 after. Wait, when did I stop the coffee?
Thank you. I have no question
Dang
about
it, I should write stuff down.
communication. How's the performance like? How many gigabytes was spent for data rate? How does that compare with what was expected? And how does it compare with the usual way of sending data back? And it seems like it's been almost operational already, and not just a test. Thank you.
Relative to some of the data rates for the optical communication system. I'll just give you a stat from over.
My back's feeling a lot better.
Console. We got 20 gigabytes
That's good.
down in a little more than 45
Just gotta
minutes.
not
That's
think it's all the way
orders of
better and fuck
magnitude
it up.
more than we get via our S-band telemetry system. So
Ooh.
optical combo has been working really well, and hopefully we can take what we learned on Artemis 2 and expand its operational
What I miss.
capability and its implementation for future missions.
I can't
And
rewind
now
it.
we will move to.
I was about to, but this is
That's
live.
pretty good.
Should dang. What's a lot? Is he gonna say something? You gonna explain it?
Down to me yesterday
What
was
the hell?
the vivid descriptions that the crew used for what they were seeing and how they remained in kind of
4
constant
gigabytes a
contact and
minute?
talkative throughout the flyby. I'm wondering if it's possible to say how that might have compared to the Apollo crew observations and how that robustness impacted the science and the data that was collected.
What are we talking about?
Absolutely. Probably a lot of people watching have spent a lot of time looking back at Apollo and maybe watching Apollo in real time online and reliving what the Apollo crews, not just on the surface, but in orbit experienced. You have, I'm sure, heard the Apollo descriptions of the lunar surface from orbit, and they were also really impactful. They trained heavily in geology and orbital observations, just like the Artemis 2 crew did. I will say, listening to the level of scientific discourse that the crew was having yesterday was incredibly inspiring.
You
and
go
a
sit on the
testament to how
bench?
much they prepared
Beach.
before this
Oh,
mission.
okay. I was like,
I heard a couple times from
outside?
Steve and Victor
What
especially
bench?
saying,
Call it the
when we
bench.
took the time to actually
Ooh,
talk to each other
that's
about the
nice.
specific target that we
Aw.
were both seeing, we elevated
That's a
each
cool.
other. We
That'd be
elevated
cool to
what
go
we
to
were
the
able
gym
to
and then
pull out of that
enjoy
target.
the beach
More
after.
brains on a scientific
Hell
target
yeah.
are better than one, and we heard from them
Good for
directly
you.
multiple times that they were helping each other to advance their scientific understanding.
Where would I
of
go?
What they were looking at. We actually also heard
I don't know.
them
It's summer
say,
now.
hey, we have a hypothesis. Can you guys
There's
provide
rivers I
guidance
could
on
go
that
sit at.
hypothesis,
That'd be
like right
cool.
now in the middle of our flyby?
I wouldn't go to the
So
gym and go to
science
the
team was
river.
saying,
I would go to the
was
river
cross-checking
as
what
a
they were
day
seeing,
event, though.
was reading up geologic ages
Cause-
of major lunar impact features, and it was
Yeah.
informing the observations they were making during
Definitely need
the
to get
flyby.
sunscreen.
I mean, this is absolutely everything we've looked for by integrating science into flight operations. Because
Oh, maybe that's what I could do
science
for my
enables
birthday.
exploration, and
No.
exploration enables science.
It would be cool to
And
go
the fact that,
rafting.
they're
She's
giving
awesome.
observations,
She's awesome.
and I
That's
was
right.
able to immediately follow up on those observations with just
I don't
the
know.
quick questions that
I
can
don't-
enhance
I don't know
science return.
people.
It meant that they were evaluating and buying down multiple working hypotheses in real time during their flyby.
You gotta have
And
two
just
cars. Like
imagining
someone's
the
gotta
future
go.
when we have
Who doesn't want to go
surface
down
for
the
short
river
duration
to
missions and
go
ultimately
pick you guys up at the
replace
end of the
the
river
amount
and
of
drive back
science
to
we
your
are able
car?
to gain when science
Hmm.
is woven into this operational fabric is incredibly impactful.
Or
And we
one
saw
car
that, for 7
Start
straight
and then
hours
the other
yesterday.
person drive. Yeah, that'd be two cars.
Now we'll
Could be
move
one
to
car.
Micah Maidenberg with the Wall Street
But
Journal.
one driver, one DD, one designated driver,
Hey, good
not
afternoon.
rafting.
For Rick,
what is the approximate time on Friday when the crew module separates from the service module? If you have that
I'll
on hand,
talk about it at Easter.
the
maybe.
administrator mission splashdown is
That's a little
expected
early.
from 8:07 Eastern.
I gotta talk
And
about
then
it
any
another time.
color on kind of reentry truck work ahead for the crew and mission control between now and Friday. Thanks.
Sure, I'll start with some of the times. The crew
Do you
module
tan
and
at the
service module
beach?
Separation is gonna
Are you
occur
working
about
on your
20 minutes
tan,
before
or
entry
do you do
interface, so that
sunscreen
separation
and
will
just
be
like
at
being out?
7:33 p.m. Eastern time. We expect entry interface about 7:53 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh wait,
with a splashdown
can't do that.
around
Gotta stretch the other
8:06
way.
Eastern time on Friday. As for the preparations that the ground and the astronauts are doing today to prepare for entry, or today and future days, a lot of it is all of the science equipment and cameras and tablets and reference material that got unstowed in support of the flyby. Well, we have to put that all away. We have to pack up our suitcases and get ready to come home. And that takes time. And so we are laying out a plan to make sure that the crew gets everything packed away in time to get their suits on and get in their seats to perform that final trajectory correction maneuver on splashdown day and come home.
We'll move back in the room to Joey and then on to Will.
Thanks.
Splashdown.
I just have a really quick toilet question. Do you have any
I want to see
idea
that.
as to why the venting is not happening as fast as you hope it is? And what other hardware on the spacecraft might that implicate, or what other problems might that cause?
Yeah, so the engineering team is going to go through a full fault tree to identify all of the potential causes of the blockage. Initially, you may have recalled that we thought it might be icing.
I usually get some kind of a tan with sunscreen too.
The spacecraft.
I didn't know you had to be
We have
careful
pretty high
because of
confidence that
moles.
It's not an icing condition. We put the spacecraft in a sun-focused attitude to bake off any ice. We've activated heaters along the lines internal to the spacecraft, and we still see a blockage. And so the latest theory is related to some of the chemistry that goes into ensuring that the wastewater doesn't develop any biofilms. And there may be something going on with a chemical reaction where
I tried
there's a
tanning.
debris that's,
I don't
generated
like the way
as
I
part of
look
that
tan.
reaction
I
that's
liked
getting
it when I
caught in the
was
filter.
a different
Again, we don't have any
age.
cause,
I looked
and
good
once we
tan,
get the
but at
spacecraft
this
back,
age, I feel like I look
into
better
the-
not
into
tan.
the processing facility in Florida, we'll be able to get access to all the components.
Well, then
and
we're
do
unlikely
a
to change
real
into
detailed fault
cancer.
tree to identify the root cause.
That sounds
Okay.
Right,
My
well,
brother's had some
space
removed.
flight,
I
taking
overheard.
the time. Going
I
back
don't
to Dr. Young's
think
point
I
about
have
the intersection of
too
science
many.
and exploration, to both
I
Dr.
have
Young
one
and to
right
Dr.
here that's
Blaze,
weird.
given the number of believed to be impact flashes that the crew observed during just a relatively brief amount of time, I wonder how these observations and the ones made previously by LRO will factor into creating the conditions for a moon base that can allow the astronauts to stay safe, given the probability that they may experience.
That makes
some
sense because you got a lot of sun
impacts
over
at
there.
that site.
That's good. You guys have that.
Well, I do think that the data that we're collecting with these observations, and as you noted, the LRO data that we're continuously collecting, we have been for quite a while. All of that is being, fed into our plans, making sure that we understand what all of the variety of risks are. And there's many that we're looking at. Of course, micrometeorites being one. As we start to establish infrastructure on the surface and understanding those rates, these kind of data really help inform us as far as what we can anticipate. And of course, the different parts of the moon, down at the South Pole, maybe a little slightly different rates than we would
I've
see
got most of
higher,
my tail cleared
higher
off.
latitude. So we need to
Over here.
compile all of those data and understand where, what those impacts might be.
Bless you.
Okay.
Nathan Torrey with ABC 13. Question
Um,
about the scientific stuff that you found yesterday. I know the question was asked about what was inspirational. I talked to Joe Kearns yesterday, and he had told me, I'm just looking at his quote, as a scientist, I can tell you what's most inspirational is when you're pouring through something you're working on and you realize you're seeing something that nobody else has ever seen before. I know you talked about the impact flashes, but is there anything else that no one else has seen before that you guys have already saw? And then also explain to us on Earth that maybe this is high level over our heads, how what was photographed or taken yesterday could maybe give us some answers on our plan.
Thank you. Yeah, lovely questions. I might just give a specific example of something I heard from the crew yesterday. My background's in geology and specifically impact cratering. So every time they describe those beautiful basins, I get really excited. They did describe Ohm Crater a couple of different times, and they noticed a variety of different color and albedo hues associated not just with Ohm, but with the rays that extend out from the crater. This could indicate, impact events are really compelling for a lot of reasons. Obviously, I'm quite biased, having written my PhD on them. But they can excavate material from great depths below the surface, which means they're kind of like a geologist cheat code, right? Where you can't get all the way down there by yourself, but when an impact has brought up that material for you, it can actually perform that excavation. And we just need to send the crew to the right spots on the surface, and they can actually look at depths far below the surface. And I bring that up here to say that what the crew observed around Ohm yesterday was they actually noticed color and albedo hues coming out in those rays, and they noticed that they were distinct and different and evolved along the ray systems, which could potentially lead us to believe that that crater excavated from distinct depths below the surface of the moon. So it's those kinds of nuanced observations that can ultimately inform future landed missions, future crewed missions, to understand where can we go to maximize the scientific value. These ultimately get at chronology of the solar system, at how the inner solar system has evolved over time, which connects to.
Hope you have a wonderful day too. Enjoy the gym and the beach and your breakfast. Thanks for stopping by.
Excited about talking about.
I get enjoyed my breakfast.
And vegetation that gets in the way of us looking at the early part of our planet's past, and the fact that that part of the record of our Earth-Moon system
Probably
is still available.
2:45.
Well, where it's available is the Highlands, the far side Highlands, and the South Pole. Specifically, the South Pole.
Oh, I need to make a
has the
phone
South
call.
Atlantic Basin, which is my personal favorite lunar and planetary science objective. It's the oldest basin in the solar system. If we can get the right age constraints on that basin, it can help us anchor the chronology for the entire solar system.
I can see this distinction, which can ultimately tell us that future observations of high priority landing sites could tell us something similar. This is how we start to really bite away at these really, really fundamental science questions that impact not just our understanding of the moon, but how our own planet has evolved over time.
See that girl?
Mark
See that
Kirkman
woman?
with
She
NSF.
moons harder
This is
than you.
Rick, why we
All
have
right?
you here. I'd like to drill down a little bit on entry day a little more.
Harder than you.
Sounds like
harder than
weather in
anybody.
the primary recovery zone
She's the
is looking
freaking best.
favorable.
That's
Can you
awesome.
walk through as we approach EI and pass EI what redes capability you have, what kind of cross range and down range capability you have, when you committed to that landing zone, and also with this thermally benign entry you're going to fly, do you still expect to exceed Apollo 10's speed record? I know you don't care about that stuff, but we do.
That's all right. You can still keep asking the questions and we'll go follow up and we'll find the answers. I do not have the answer offhand about the Apollo 10 speed record, so we'll have to get that back to you tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm actually going to provide a lot of detail about the sequence of events for entry, as I'm the entry flight director for Friday evening splashdown. But with respect to your particular question about entry interface, we can select a new landing site as late as entry interface. We would prefer to not do that. We like to give ourselves a little bit of margin, but we can adjust the latitude and longitude of the site, and the spacecraft will fly to those coordinates so long as we get that command up before entry interface. So we're going to make a decision far in advance of entry interface to know where the splashdown site will be, because our top priority is to ensure that when Integrity and her crew of 4 splash down, that we have the recovery forces right nearby to help get them out and get them back to the recovery ship.
Yep.
So we have about a 475 nautical mile range. I can't do that conversion. But 475 miles of ocean within which we can select the most acceptable weather. And as you said, weather near San Diego looks favorable, so I'm optimistic that we'll be able to land close to the shore.
Tom Clark with Sky News in the UK. First of all, congratulations on the flyby and those breathtaking images, and thanks for doing this too.
This is space.
There's been a lot of focus on the toilet, but I'm looking to get a kind of overall perspective on how happy you've been with Orion and the European Service Module. What are you definitely going to have to fix before you fly it again, and how confident are you looking ahead to re-entry?
I'm not sure I heard the end of the question. You talked about how the Orion is performing, and it's performing spectacularly. I have to tell you, our Orion team is so pleased with really everything, the way that it's performing. The engines, the manual control that you've heard us talk about several times, that the crew have just gone over and over about how well that's performing, how nicely the Orion crew module is handling. The service module, again, providing everything that we need. Yeah, we've had a couple of challenges, but overall, I mean, I think they're pretty minor in the whole grand scheme of things. The hardware itself performing extremely well. We're really looking forward to turning this around and flying again in a year, and then again a year after that. I think this hardware is really spectacular, and we're really looking forward to doing this more often.
Please do that.
We're going to get the toilet figured out. The toilet is actually functioning perfectly. It's the drain, the ability to vent the wastewater. And as Rick said earlier, as soon as we get this down on the ground, we'll be able to get inside, and we will get to the root of that.
Hi, Lisa Grossman from Science News. This is especially for Kelsey, but actually for all of you. The astronauts yesterday used a lot of really fun analogies and descriptors for the features on the moon they were seeing. Did any stand out for you as favorites?
Dude, Apollo shirt. Hell yeah.
Of like the analogies they use to describe lunar features? Yes. I liked the handprint, and that actually, we had a team working overnight to figure out exactly what they meant. They found it this morning. They were very excited to figure out exactly what they were talking about. I think, we train them, to be totally blunt, we train them to describe it like they see it. Tell us what speaks to you and how you can communicate it back to us. And so I think Christina delivered on that ask when she described a feature as looking like a wound. We do agree. I'm not sure it was my favorite lunar descriptor I heard yesterday, but it was evocative, and she was right. It did indeed look like a wound. And I was also really resonating with the way that several of the crew members were trying to, in the spirit of wanting to have a scientific dialogue, right? They had science questions they were trying to answer, and they were asking us some pretty sophisticated questions real time. And so to bring us with them on what they were seeing, the way that they were cluing us in to how they were moving across the moon by saying, take this feature, draw a line from that to this, and then continue going, and this is the feature we're looking at. Help us use that as a waypoint.
It was an incredibly impactful way to have our team be ready to very quickly provide them with answers to the science questions, which is again important, not just because of course we want to support our crew at the moon, but when we can respond quickly and understand what they're looking at, it maximizes science because we can immediately ask a follow-up question and have them burrow in even deeper on those multiple working hypotheses. So the descriptions are not just great to clue us into what they're seeing, but it really helps us in real time maximize the science we're getting out of, in this case, a 7-hour flyby.
I'd like to just comment real quickly on one of my favorite. It wasn't actually a lunar observation, but it was during the eclipse, and they were looking at the planets that could be seen. You could see Mercury, Mars, and Saturn, and Venus on the other side. But there were planets, and I can't remember who said it. Said one of them looks kind of red, and Kelsey's observation was, "That's Mars. You're looking at your future," and I thought that was spectacular.
We only have time for a couple more questions. I'll pass it over to you, Jonathan, and then we'll do one more.
Thank you. Jonathan Seri with Fox News. I would love to know about the logistics that went into the ship-to-ship call. Explain in layman's terms, how did it work out? And perhaps more importantly, what was the symbolic impact of that call?
So the logistics, we have done a number of public affairs events on integrity throughout the mission. We do them multiple times a week on the space station, and everything goes through Houston. So the data comes through the Deep Space Network, through the Jet Propulsion Laboratory over to Houston. We have audio and video technicians here in Mission Control who can reconfigure the routes for the data and send it to the appropriate destination. We do public affairs events down from the ISS through the tracking and data relay satellite system, and so that's something we do all the time. It's just a matter of connecting the two wires, and so logistics were really quite easy despite the distances.
Yeah, maybe I could add too. I was in the flight control room this morning for that call, and something I observed that I didn't anticipate. Of course, we're expecting the crew joy at talking and connecting to each other, but looking around the room at the other flight controllers, and actually the viewing gallery was open for other FOD employees to observe. This is a team sport. So many people, thousands of people work to enable this, and seeing the joy on everybody's faces as these two missions flying at the same time have this moment of connection is going to stay with me as a moment of inspiration from this mission.
Okay, why did I do that?
Yeah,
I want
just add that in
messages.
terms of being symbolic, it is certainly a step in the right direction. I mean, it began with a single person in a Mercury spacecraft, and we progressed to 2 spacecrafts at one time. I mean, now we've got an international space station while spacecraft is coming back from the moon. This is progress. We talk a lot about, what is an interesting KPI, the number of people living and working in space. We want to see that number grow. So hopefully in the not too distant future, we've got communication going on between our moon base, their colleagues that are orbiting above them in a lander, relaying back maybe to other colleagues on an international or future commercial space stations. These are all steps in the right direction for the exciting future that many of us were probably imagined as children and we're trying to bring into reality.
I'm going to do last question.
Hi, Dr. Allison McGraw, mysterious meteorites from here in Houston, Texas, for Lunar Science Lead Kelsey Young. Are there going to be any science data available of perhaps the color data for the impact flashes or trajectory directions they came from? I asked the crew about that this morning. Any color? How long did they last? Where were they? And Reed and Jeremy, as I was talking to them, had their crew tablets out and they were making annotations and sketches on what they saw.
I work really
They did
hard to
just
keep
report
this
morning,
physique up.
in our conversation that they didn't observe any color to them and that they were very, very brief. But they did provide sketches on where how they saw them. And so again, like I said, we're going to use the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter to try to, track to those features and try to identify what they saw. Trajectory is going to be hard, but Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter data can help us pull that out. What we really wanted to do before the crew, splashed down and got distracted with all of the things they're going to be doing here was capture that nuance before it got overcome by a lot of other mission events. So we were able to capture a lot more detail this morning in my conversation with them, and the LRO team is off to the races.
Great. With that, thank you for joining us today for our mission status briefing. We will have another briefing tomorrow. Until then, you can continue to follow along with the mission 24/7 on NASA's YouTube channel, and we will leave you with these beautiful images captured by Integrity.
Yeah, babe. When it comes along, you must shoot it. Before the graders get too long, you must shoot it.
Okay, one of my tasks is to sweep and mop the floors. So maybe I can sweep and mop the floors, because that's not a high impact on my back. And see if I feel good, then I can maybe clean another thing and then treat this day as like a cleaning day. I'm not for my day off.
That's a sick.
Okay. Not the whole day though, but that I'm gonna do other stuff too. Thanks for the compliments, Roland. Welcome to my stream. Are you from YouTube? Or do you just stroll in from the IRL section?
Oh, that's cool, man. Bro, I dig the mood lighting. Right? That's actually super cool. Dragon has mood lighting like this too. But Orion's got that. It's got that NASA Spartan look, dude. That I look at, like you can see the interior of Orion. NASA function top notch. Yeah, that's what it is, man. Come on, man! Look at that, dude. That crater's got tick. I tell you that. That crater's got a lot of tick. That's a dang big crater. I don't care if the astronaut doesn't call it that. I'm calling it.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Artemis Mission Control Room here at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, where teams continue monitoring all systems and the crew aboard the Orion spacecraft. The first flight of humans on this
Needs a
spacecraft.
chopstick.
I don't know, Vasia. I would assume that.
Crew is having a little bit of a quieter day today. They woke up at 10:35 a.m. Central Time.
I would assume that the difference between an eclipse and a sunrise is probably whether you can see the solar corona get eclipsed, like see the sun get eclipsed. That's only going to happen far away. I suppose that would be the kind of demarcation, right? Altitude.
Science lead Kelsey Young. We just saw her in our mission status briefing.
That's Kelsey's console.
Oh, there's a black wallet.
You're looking at a visualization of the spacecraft. Now 48,670 miles from the moon and 228,090 miles from Earth, continuing to grow closer. You can keep up with this data at any time by visiting nasa.gov/track-Artemis.
That's the Kelsey, not the science officer.
Coming up shortly, we expect the crew to have their intermediate burn targeting conference. At that time, the teams will load up the latest burn plans aboard the spacecraft. The burn we're expecting this afternoon will be small, especially in comparison to the translunar injection burn that put us on this trajectory. These trajectory correction burns are using the RCS, or Reaction Control System thrusters on the spacecraft.
Where'd I put the
much smaller thrusters with
game?
much less power than the OMS, or orbital maneuvering system,
Oh, it's right here.
that we use to propel us around the moon and bring us back home.
Oh shit.
You know the expected reentry. Shallow.
This is a live view from the
It's gonna be shallow
spacecraft looking at the service module. That large nozzle is
Perfect.
the OMS engine. We do not intend
Something
to
to
use it again during the mission, having completed that translunar injection burn.
That's a shame. That center engine is a shuttle orbiter maneuvering engine. 17 flights prior on 3 different orbiters. None of them did good. You just made it once. You stop extending the shuttle part. Where are they hitting entry interface? It's going to be out over the Pacific testing range. Here, I'll show you guys. go, Earth? There we go. I got the camera already. So they're going to re-enter out over the Pacific testing range. I don't think Australia's going to be able to see it. New Zealand might be able to see it, but yeah, the re-entry is going to be like that. 7 p.m. is entry interface on Friday. So that's what it's going to look like. This is in the future here. That's entry interface more or less. They're going to target off the coast of San Diego. See how it's pointed right at California? What is that heading that's going to the north? The entry is going to be fine. Yeah, what's this? Here, let's go back to where they actually are. Need a week off after this mission takes the trip on somewhere fancy. Guys, I don't. Take you somewhere fancy? I took you to the moon, Balls. Is that not fancy enough for you? Moon or so yesterday. When
Okay. So,
didn't Artemis 1 have some heat shield issues? Musu it did, and they're flying Artemis 2 on a different trajectory.
well, my hair's getting long in the back at least.
You have something like NSF tips away from YouTube. Okay. Thank you. Bobby, it's over on the Twitch site. If you go to my Twitch page, EJ_SA.
Do I want this? I don't want the blanket.
You don't need to log in. Just click the tips button. That's how you do it.
We're coming up on the burn conference ahead of today's return trajectory correction burn with the crew members aboard the Orion spacecraft. As you heard Commander Reed Wiseman call down earlier, they've only eaten about 40% of the food allotted to them for this mission. The food the 4 astronauts eat plays a key role in maintaining their health and ensuring they can perform their mission objectives to the best of their abilities. Let's learn a little bit more about how to eat in space.
Yes, let's.
There we go.
Around the moon wheel.
Oh my gosh. That's clever.
Yep, there you go.
Wait, that's...
My name is Christina Cook.
And I'm Jeremy Hansen. We're crew members on the Artemis 2 mission flying around the moon. And when we fly around the moon, of course, we're going to be taking some food with us.
That's right. This is how to eat in space. Here we are in what we call our food lab at NASA Johnson Space Center. We come in here quite often to sample space food. The neat thing about the food selection is it is so diverse. Different entrees that you wouldn't imagine can be rehydrated and actually good in space are completely fair game. And it's pretty awesome.
We came in for Artemis to do this. We got about halfway through the first session and we're like,
we're not really sure we have time on board to warm this stuff up. We talked a lot about day one. It's a long day. It's hours before we even leave the launch pad on our way to space. And then when we get to space, we have a lot of important things that day. We just did a sim yesterday where lunch is scheduled. It's
midday meal.
Yeah, midday meal for all four of us. And so those would be great moments, I think, in our mission to have prep some food and sit down or float as a crew and just have a joint meal.
For sure.
I think that'd be fun.
My name is Shilei Wu. I'm the food system manager for ISIS and Artemis. The food lab at Johnson Space Center, that's where we make and package most of the space food, and also where we'll be making all the food for the Artemis mission. Food is a big part for our crew members. They provide the nutrition, the calorie, micronutrients for crew members, but also boosting crew morale. It's very important. There is always a lot of steps, very strict steps for us to follow to making sure the food we provide are consistent and meet all the food safety, nutritional requirements, and most important, also need to taste good. The other strategy is always promote the variety, because everybody's food preference can be very different. Therefore, the more variety we can have, the better to meet the needs of the astronaut group.
They bring out these little tiny
Tiny
food, and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought we were having lunch. And then by the end, there's so many space foods. And
Yes.
every time you leave, you're like, I'm so
I'm so full, I'm in pain.
And you just rate them like, I love this, I don't want to eat it, I'd eat it if you tell me I need it. Because what the food lab does, they take all your preferences, but they're also like good parents and are like, you need a well-balanced diet.
Exactly. They were like, no, you can't have mac and cheese every day, Christina. Sorry.
Damn! Christina just scored some points in my book.
I'm Wyatt McKinley. I'm a flight controller and a crew instructor for Artemis 2. We're here at the Space Vehicle Mock-Up Facility at Johnson Space Center. We're inside the Orion mock-up where we perform crew training for the Artemis 2. On the Orion vehicle, crew is able to heat up their food using our briefcase-style food. The food is held in contact with the central heater plate by these springs so that it can warm up and we can have a delicious meal. Much of the food and drink that's on Orion is rehydrated. And so crew at our potable water dispenser will fill up their food and drink. And then at that point, you go ahead and pop it into your food board.
I'm kind of envisioning there's maybe one person putting the stuff in and out, kind of tossing it out to everyone as it's done. Or maybe if we're not scheduled together, you're just on your own over there, popping things in, or maybe just giving
Infection burn is not happening yet.
kind of getting it ready, so it has time to warm up. We'll see.
What are these cords for?
Eating together really resonates with me. I think it's the human thing to break bread together and to enjoy that necessary thing you have to do, the thing you have to be grateful for. So doing that as a group, as a family, has always been meaningful for me.
Absolutely. It represents togetherness and something a little out of the ordinary. You don't necessarily get to have those meals with everybody in your life, but if you are sharing a meal, especially if you're sharing breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a group of people, that means something.
I think this is the art tablet. Ooh, this is a good day to work on the art.
The bathroom has its own. The bathroom's at the
Hey.
bottom of the couch.
Down and to the left, line 17, the DAP load is 3 for burn maneuver. In the guidance solutions section, the Delta V tote now 1.4 feet per second. The TIGO is unchanged at 1.5 seconds.
Let's charge this baby up.
Attitude, yaw, 154. Pitch, 2.6.
I asked my dad to help me fix that.
2.87.
He's telling them which position the capsule is going to be turned in for the return trajectory correction burn one.
Copy, go ahead.
And the last bit's the Delta V, X, minus 1.2, Y, 0.6, Z, minus 0.6.
So that's the change in velocity in X, Y, and Z directions.
Okay. Darn.
It's not a lot.
Y'all, thanks for that clear read up, and
we see that our next step is to run 2-level targeter.
We concur and we'll be watching. And just a reminder that we're not pressurizing the tanks before this burn, so we're going to do it and blow it down.
Okay. They're using the residual pressure in the lines.
Copy blow down, and understand we have a go to complete step 9 on board, even though the burn execution steps show it as a skip.
It's got to get coordinates like a Sailor
Moon
fan.
Oh, good catch, Christina. We missed that. That should not say skip. We do want you to do step 9 for intermediate targeting.
Be right back.
Copy all. We will do it and chat up with you after. Thank you.
Roger.
Body centered reference frame.
That was Capcom's Dan Love here in Mission Control Houston, a fellow NASA astronaut speaking with Mrs. Christina Cook aboard the Orion spacecraft.
Let's just try and get this done.
The crew aboard the
The
spacecraft
basket will
is
be my
for their return
external
trajectory
game
correction burns.
to like clear space over
Return
there.
trajectory correction burns.
What's this?
Going into the 1.4.
Oh, I forgot I got this for my son for Christmas. Whoops.
Yeah, 0.35 meters a second on the burn. 0.35 meters a second. 1.4 feet per second.
When does it expire?
Again, we're
That's a
expecting that return trajectory correction burn tonight
April
around 7:03 p.m.
2026.
Central Time.
So I better give it to him. Next time I go out.
The
He'll go
small
out.
return trajectory correction burn.
With that, if you wouldn't mind just giving the rest of the burn execution steps a once over, we think they all look nominal from here on out, but we'd feel better. Let us know if you see any other deltas. Thank you.
We will run an additional check and call if we find any other problems.
Wizard.
Perfect, thanks.
Big Wiseman posted on February 10th, 2017. This is before he was chief of the astronaut office. This was before any crew was even close to ever being assigned for the Artemis mission. I choose to believe this fortune I received tonight, perhaps the moon or a journey to Mars. A visit to a strange place will bring you new perspective.
Okay.
Ooh, wizard. That was, that's February 10th, 2017. That's before the Artemis program was even a thing.
Such a fantastic view coming
Oh, are
from a
you a
solar
wizard?
array
How did
camera
you
on
do that?
Orion, looking back at all of us here on Earth.
How did
Currently, the spacecraft is
This is space. I'm in space.
227,756 miles away from our home planet. Orion is now
Hilly Von Shut Up.
49,168 miles away from the moon. Earlier
No, it's
today,
not
the spacecraft exited the lunar sphere of influence. That's when the pull of gravity is strongest on the spacecraft.
Hi, Timmy. I gotta go wash my hands. It's dusty.
Low Earth orbit docking shouldn't count as an Artemis 3 mission. Ooh, I need to eat something. So it shouldn't count as an Artemis mission? What about Apollo 9? Apollo 9 did the same thing, dude. When is the bird happening? About 2 hours from now, if you're listening. Astronauts are going to eat their meal here. Actually, it's a little less than that. They're going to eat their meal here, and then they do the RTC-1 burn. And then there's a developmental flight test objective scheduled for a little bit later in the night.
Okay. You enjoying that windowsill? Nice. Am I caught up on my movie
They
watching?
move up on real time, I think so.
Project Hail Mary. Yep.
Hey, HD, what's up, dude?
I've given everything 5 stars. I'm a generous
An
rater.
operational lander for the Artemis 3 mission. That's sometime next year. I still think
Bam.
Jared's smart.
Okay.
Great lander design in-house, and he is smart.
And Terry Houston for Christina, we have double checked all of the steps in the pad for the execution, and we found no more mistakes.
They still have to do an unmanned test landing. Now, see, my theory is that they're going to dock Artemis 3 with HLS and then send it out to the moon.
And Christina, while we've got you, we have increased the fan speed, and we're wondering if you want us to keep it at this level for the next exercise session.
Ellie, that is the yes. I think NASA should in-house a lander, but that's just.
We feel it, and yes, please.
We will do that. Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm gonna take 5 real quick. Just gonna go grab something.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I will be right back. But that's cool. But wouldn't that mean a full tank of gas for the Artemis 3 visit? No. Fuel it after the mission.
Which is it?
I'm gonna get some space food. They said couscous. They had couscous, so I'll do that. I'll be back.
Okay. Guess I'm getting my dad's, what's it called? Game Boy for free. I was gonna buy it. Whatever. If you don't want money, that's totally whatever. This is gonna be for car. Well, that's the good kind. Because planner, where should your permanent home be? Coffee table? One of these pretty lights. Okay. Garbage. Yeah, close it. What's the going rate? Let me check. Game Boy. Whoa, the Triforce one is 135. 139 at GameStop.
This is the Artemis Flight Control Room at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. Current flight director is Jeff Radigan, leading all of the teams around the room, monitoring Orion's systems. This is Flight Day 7, following launch on April 1st of Orion atop the Space Launch System spacecraft at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. This live view is coming from Orion, looking back at all of us on Earth, or should I say looking to all of us on Earth, and that is where the spacecraft is headed following yesterday's lunar flyby.
Dude, Game Boys. I don't know who's gonna fucking buy it. Did you see? No. If I look it up on YouTube, can I see it right now? You mean like when you say promo? I'm gonna risk sounding stupid. Do you mean like before or during like Monday Night Raw? Was it during Monday Night Raw or before that? Because I think I missed Friday and Monday for sure. Okay, let me take a look. What day was it so I can find it? CM Punk promo Raw. I don't know. Okay. No, I did not see it. I'm gonna look at it right now. If you help me. I'm gonna say Raw. The 5th. Nope. 6th. 6th April 2026 and see what comes up. There's an entrance. CM Punk promo kickoff WWE Raw. All right. Oh yeah. Okay, here it says promo. Here we go. I don't know.
What are they doing here? I thought this was just a normal, plain Jane CM Punk promo. I'm going to get you fired up for WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw to kick off the show in Houston because Roman Reigns isn't there. But I didn't think that they were going to be pumping The Rock into this. I know things are weird in WWE. I mean, if you pay attention to the headlines that have been coming out of WWE since Friday Night SmackDown with Triple H versus TKO and the war that is going on, The Rock is a part of that because The Rock is on the board of directors. But if they're trying to stay out of TKO business and just be WWE, why is Punk coming out here and bringing The Rock into this feud with Roman
Are you just talking about it, or are we going to show it?
They're related. They're a part of the family tree. But he's not showing up. There's no way in the world he's not coming to WWE without everybody know we're on one.
He's just talking. Okay, that's cool. That's cool you're talking, but I want to see the thing. Was Monday night good? Do I need to watch the whole thing? I got time today. Okay, what is this? April 6th? Yeah, they're skipping ahead. That's good.
Houston is a wrestling town. A lot of pro wrestling history here. Great moments, but there's also ghosts.
They're in
that
Houston?
haunt me
That's
to this
crazy.
day. This
That's I mean.
Now is a chance to do so. And wonder exactly how they would out. Sometimes I dream. The dream happens when we're.
It's all cut off. I don't know.
Is it great to be alive?
Alright, I like to not watch edited. Personally.
2 weeks ago, shocking sight announce table with a power bomb. Like he was to get to Monday Night Raw in Madison by myself. I receipt. Alone hates me.
You're just cutting out. I don't even know what you're like. What? So I don't want to go to the actual source. I have Twitch. I mean, I have Netflix. Netflix. So my. Oh man, I gotta sign in. It is weird. Okay, Monday.
Monday Night Raw.
Okay. So.
We're live in Artemis, Michigan. We're also streaming a live Baby Earth from the Orion spacecraft. We are now 5 days, 23 hours, and 39 minutes into the Artemis 2 mission.
Am I multi-watching things? I never do that. That's weird. I mean, not never, but I guess I can do both at the same time. I gotta change this room title to stream title. Anyway. That's to the Pacific Ocean? That's where we are. Okay. Feels like it's been so long. What am I gonna store in here?
Women meets in a BFAP tag team action tonight. The Intercontinental Champion Penta teams with 2 of the men will battle in a ladder match at WrestleMania. John Evans.
I'm gonna put it in the crash closet.
Americanos live tonight in a 6-man tag team match on Monday Night Raw. And there's the world champion CM Punk. He's the best in the world. He put Roman Reigns through the announce table last week. Punk is here live later on tonight.
I think that would be perfect for my female clay creations when I work on them. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk.
11,769 here tonight at the Toyota Center in Houston for Monday Night Raw. Live on Netflix and presented by DoorDash.
Oh, there's not enough room. It's the 7th now, bitch. Why don't you change that? Gosh, you're so bad at this.
Elsewhere in the system, we're going to kick that down. For the timeline, can you please give us the status on the RHC install and the docking schematic set?
How did this pen get broken? This drawer sucks.
If you're happy, we're happy and copy the docking schematic. Next, at the end of the midday meal, we've got a scheduled Tiger crew conference. The vehicle looks great. We don't think we need
That's
that
right. There's a
conference.
lot of
If you agree,
pro
we can
wrestling
cancel.
history here. This building in particular, I've had some pretty great moments in, but there's also ghosts in this very building of things that were supposed to happen that haunt me to this day. This is Paul Bosch
All right, and
territory.
finally, we saw your intermediate targeting complete successfully.
Houston
and
Wrestling.
Solution looks good from here.
And I always love to hear about the old timers. Never miss a chance to do so. Can't help but compare yourself against the
That's it
old
for now.
timers
Enjoy
and
your
wonder
lunch.
exactly how they would operate in times like this. Sometimes I dream, what would Harley Race do?
We most certainly will enjoy this very rare lunch.
The dreams are just stories we tell ourselves. The important stuff happens when we're awake.
My dreams are pretty awesome.
Houston, I'm awake. Is it great to be alive on a Monday night in Houston or what?
If you didn't invite me to check that out, I don't know when the next time I would have watched wrestling would be.
Roman Reigns is not here tonight. Two weeks ago, shockingly enough, with help from his cousins, he put me through the ringside announce table with a power bomb. And then he strutted out very slowly, I might add. Like he was just the king of the world, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get to Monday Night Raw in Madison Square Garden to get my revenge. And I showed up, cousinless, by myself, with the World Heavyweight title in these two fists. And I got my receipt. And I put Roman through the ringside announce table, alone. Roman Reigns says he hates me. And I say good. Because if Roman hates me, that tells me I'm exactly where I need to be. Broad-checking goofs like him who hate me because I won't trade my authenticity for approval.
We are live in the Artemis Mission Control Room here at Johnson Space Center in
I like
Houston, Texas, with the mission elapsed time
Being
of 5
hated
days, 23 hours,
by
and 45
losers
minutes.
is the price I pay for not being one of them.
The first flight of humans aboard the Orion spacecraft. We just heard some calls while the teams are planning for the upcoming return trajectory correction burn, and the crew has been given a go to get into their midday meal. Meanwhile, here in the flight control room, I'm joined by
Keep
Trey
saying
Perryman,
maybe they'll show up.
Orion Mission
I doubt
Evaluation
it,
Room
but
Lead. Thanks for joining
maybe.
us today.
Yeah, good afternoon, Leah.
Tell me a little bit about you and
Are you
your
going to be
role.
mad at me
Sure.
because you
During
didn't
this
show up
mission,
because I gave you
I
a triple? I
I'm
showed
called the
up.
Orion MER lead,
And
the
I'm an old
Orion Mission
man.
Evaluation Room lead. And so this is a team of engineers, a large team of engineers
Oh,
who have a critical
not
role
weak.
in the success of this mission. We are responsible for really being the engineering source of knowledge base for the mission. This is a large team comprised of the engineers who designed, built, assembled this spacecraft, and processed this with our
hates me,
KC
and I
members before
understand.
launch.
I know
During
why
the mission itself,
he hates me, but
we were
now
here
let
in
me
the
take a moment
mission control center
to explain
we
to
provide
everybody
that
who bothered to
expertise
show
to
up
the
in Houston
operational
why
teams,
I
the flight ops
hate
team, the
Roman
launch team,
Reigns.
before we lift it off. And my role is to lead this organization, this team of engineers, and then during the mission, report out the findings, the observations we have to our leadership team, to the mission management team, and others.
What's the configuration like in the MER? Is it consoles like this? Are you staffed 24/7? Can you break that down?
Sure, yeah. So the MER itself is really a combination of different
The granddaddy of them all.
different
Roman
functions
people
across the
have the
spacecraft.
tools to climb the ladder and make it to the pinnacle of extreme sport. The difference is my tools are self-made. And they're sharper to a different point through years of self-belief and hard work and sometimes spite, but always sacrifice. And your tools.
Trainers, the rules. So we always let the astronauts talk first.
That's very important. I grew up in, I was telling Leah, I grew up in this room here as a flight controller on the space shuttle program and ISS assembly missions, and so I definitely have learned that protocol
to really understand.
So bear with me as I explain this. But up in the MER, this is a collection of focus areas. So we have different consoles, just like we have in the flight control room here. And these are really representatives of different engineering functions or expertise. So we have a console, for example, for the power system, for the propulsion systems, flight software,
and your
guidance, navigation,
manufacturer.
control.
And me, I'm dangerous
So
because
these
you never
people are
know
all,
what
they come
I'm
together
going to do
in this one
or what I'm going to
place,
say.
and they're comprised of different organizations. So NASA,
Why is
the
it
ESA,
that I can film
the
half a
European Space
dozen
Agency,
television
and our
shows and
contractors,
movies and
Lockheed
never
Martin
miss a
and the Airbus
day, but you,
company. So we have a
you
bunch
use
of
it as a
engineers
crutch
who
to not show
participated
up,
in the
and
development
somehow
of the
these
spacecraft and
people
now
are
it's in
going
its
to
execution.
boo me when I give
Tell
them
me a
the
little bit
news that
about
you're
how
not
the
here.
MER works with this front room, because you guys get calls, on these
You know I'm
fast foods
right.
about checking with the MER on something. So how does what the team does
And
there
when you do
inform what
bother
the
to
team is doing
show
here?
up,
Yeah, that's an
you
excellent
show up
question.
late. You
You know,
gleefully
in the
leave
Artemis
early, and you puff your
program,
chest
we are
around
really
the
a
back.
combination of many
Like,
teams. And so the
you're the
operations team, the flight control team here, and then the Orion MER are different teams, and they play a unique and separate role. So the operations team,
At
just
least
to
The
start
Rock
there, is
is a
responsible
Hollywood
to execute the mission.
superstar.
So they fly the spacecraft, they send commands, they work with
Oh,
the
I'm
astronauts,
sorry.
they plan their day, and plan the activities on the
Was a
spacecraft.
Hollywood
For the-
superstar. Just like you, Roman, were a champion, but that fairy tale is long over because this is pro wrestling and not cinema. See, my bloated cousin isn't on the board of directors. I don't surround myself with wise men and advocates and yes men who want to protect myself from the truth. No, my daddy wasn't a pro wrestler who gave me a favor job because I sucked at football. No. I have paid my dues and I have earned and deserved everything I bust my ass for. And you are just a buck-toothed Nepo baby who ate dog food for a weird old man.
Wow. Well, that's gonna stick.
And that weird old man for years treated me like a dog and he expected me to smile. But I had FU money, so I took that and my dignity and I left. And that's why you hate me. It's because you can't control me like you control some of the people, like you control your cousins and your family. They can't control me.
So much for front loading.
Are we having fun yet?
Your mom.
So be careful what you wish for when people ask me for a pipe bomb without understanding what it means. This is what you get. Roman, you can brag about how many times you've been in the main event of WrestleMania, but if me or anybody else were afforded as many opportunities as you have and sucked at the first 8 of them so spectacularly bad, we'd be fired and blackballed, but
but you can't blackball me. They can't blackball me. And listen up. I can gleefully stand on the bridge and blow it up because, bitch, I know how to swim. And you would think I'm done, but I'm not. Because everybody's getting it tonight. Pat McAfee! You buggy whipped arm, no brain hillbilly. You think you can come here to the business, my business of pro wrestling, and run your mouth while you just wrote a check that your narrow ass can't cash? You want to talk about ticket sales? Do me a favor. Call up that agent that was foolish enough to shoehorn you into this business and this show and tell him to lower the ticket prices. I'll be damned if I'm going to have you, somebody who kicked a football for a living, come to my business and talk to me about selling tickets and putting asses in seats. You got a receipt coming to you. Houston, lower the ticket prices because I want all these families to come and watch me stand on Roman Reigns' throne at WrestleMania because my name is CM Punk and I have approved this message.
I appreciate you sleeping security guard, whether you're still here or not.
The World Heavyweight Champion, who never shies away from controversy. In fact, he's a magnet for it. And in 12 nights, he heads into the main event at WrestleMania, defending his title against Roman Reigns. Hogan, everybody at ringside, Michael Cole and Corey Graves, and this is going to be some night. You know, I got one of those feelings called the atmosphere in the Toyota Center just shifted drastically. We got a little bit more road left before we head to Las Vegas. I don't want to miss a second. Well, Punk didn't shy away from it, but celebrities are finding themselves in some weird situations on the road to WrestleMania. Perfect example, streamer iShowSpeed last week at ringside on Monday Night Raw for the Usos Special Divisions World Title in a street fight. Logan Paul looking for a bit of respite at the...
I missed that. Oh, wow.
Now, Speed, unaware of who was coming up behind him,
shit.
with Old Cock LA Knight with brass knuckles. And unfortunately, the curse of Danhausen seems to
I saw some of that, but I missed that part. What was I doing?
Because we got brand new World Tag Team Champion Logan Paul off the Theory division with the assist from iShowSpeed. Well, speaking of iShowSpeed, he had an unexpected guest on his live stream earlier this week.
Nuts and all that. Just gonna need a receipt.
Where's this dude at, man?
That's fine.
Where's the plan no more, dog? I can't be doing this no more. Man, I've been looking for you! Danhausen? Oh, man, you gotta lift this curse. Come on, man, you got LA Knight breaking into my house. Got all these things happening in my life. Come on, man. I can't be doing this no more. What is that? They're giving Keith, obviously. And yes, I watched your streamer at LA Knight. Yeah! Hey, man, through your Stop playing, man. Just play. Come on, man. You gotta help me with this curse, man. You gotta help me.
Come on, shut up. You know what the curse is.
Come on, man. Listen.
I know I called you the Uso type.
Clean it up.
Come on, like my life has been a disaster. You should not have been involved, but you did get involved, right? So you want my advice? Go home. Let the Usos and the Vision work it on their own. You don't need the hassle. You should go home because it's gonna end bad. Speed, don't listen to Dr. Evil here. Listen to the brand new WWE Tag Team Champions. Yeah, listen, Speed. LA Knight threw you through your own computer. As far as I'm concerned, that's unforgivable. Man, I'm leaving. Leave it. I'm leaving. It's a great idea. Where do you think you're gonna go, brother? Hey, newsflash. You're screwed. LA Knight hates you. The Usos hate you. Everyone hates you. Not just me being honest. Your only safe space around here is trust, brother. The Vision. Yeah, 100%. Speed. The parking lot, you're not safe. No, it's just Houston. With us, you are. So guess what? You're going with us. You're going with us. You're going with us. You're going now. That is a terrible idea.
Well, I'm not quite sure this is what I Show Speed wanted, but I guess he's going to be out here for this match. Is there any worse way to try to show Speed to be hanging out?
Representing Submission, he is one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Austin Theory.
Oh, maybe he's blown out a bit. Nonetheless, Austin Theory versus LA Knight. It's live next on Monday Night Raw. Get ready to DoorDash! I don't believe what I'm seeing. Ooh, full contact delivery right there. Nachos the Amiga. Oh, call it a fish. Say hello to his little way.
Cool. Diameter is ready.
The ramen. I hope he had an extra napkins to his order. He's got this fight in the bag. When the bell rings, it's time for DoorDash.
Wait, there's a peanut inside me? Nice. M&M's. It's more fun together.
This week only at Papa John's. Get a large pizza at regular menu price. Get a large one-topping free.
Credit One Bank presents Miss Payment. She's a credit record. Because more often than not, she misses her monthly payments. And each one missed can stay on her credit report for up to 7 years. If only she would set up auto pay, she'd never miss a payment again. Don't be like missed payments. Instead, learn how to avoid the records at creditrecords.com. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
Right, cheese. The Applebee's OM Cheeseburger is back, now with more cheese. Our juicy bacon cheeseburger served on a sizzling skillet of cheese. Too much cheese. The OM Cheeseburger for $11.99. Only at Applebee's.
When you have everything you need to unlock your best workout, like free fitness training and best-in-class equipment, you can give everything you've got, all for just 1 cent down. Get stronger with free fitness training at Planet Fitness. Join for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th.
You ready?
Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Selling a car is a big deal. I've had some big moments. Okay, and some wrong turns. But when you're ready to sell, Car Gurus is a big help. Get multiple offers instantly, so you choose the best deal. Car Gurus, the #1 most visited car shopping site.
New seats of history awaits. The 2026 WWE Hall of Fame. Honoring Stephanie McMahon. The phenomenal AJ Styles. Demolition. Dennis Rodman. Simon Singh. Vince Brown. Night like no other in Las Vegas. Be there when icons become legends. The WWE
Gracias. I mean, thank you. What's this?
Kill Tony WrestleMania. Take place at Golden Live at Park MGM in Las Vegas on Saturday, April 18th at 9 p.m. Pacific as part of WrestleMania 42 week in Las Vegas. Tickets for Kill Tony WrestleMania are on sale now via Ticketmaster. One half of the new tag champs in the ring, Austin Theory. Logan Paul was tag partner of ringside along with I Show Speed. Get the Rustic to come out here. Speed, sweat, bullets, Michael Cole, and Paul it is. And wait, it just dawned on me. Did Speed know who Theory's opponent was? Doesn't look like it. And in fact, Speed's actually talking to himself out here. The lump in his throat looked like he tried to swallow a basketball a second ago. The young man looks terrified with good reason. LA Knight broke into the man's mansion, Cole. Listen, it wasn't like LA Knight wasn't provoked. Oh, it wasn't like the Vegas stuff. He got knocked out last week when this idiot picked the front knuckles and him in the face. That's what you do. Not break and enter. You call the police for that sort of thing. You file a lawsuit in 2026, Cole. So I Show Speed looking on for this LA Knight versus Austin Theory one-on-one match tonight as we get underway. I do want to send congratulations out to the brand new NXT champion, Tony D'Angelo, taking the title in that fatal four-way in NXT Stand and Deliver over the weekend. First time in 3 years these two have actually gone one-on-one in a matchup, but a lot has happened then between LA Knight and the Vision. Well, with that said, LA Knight has to be fully aware that this is a much different Austin Theory than he faced 3 years ago. This is the man who now refers to himself as the Pressure because Austin Theory has learned to embrace the pressure of being a WWE superstar. He's more skilled inside the ring. His head's clear. He's accountable for his own
His head's clear because he cut his hair. Ooh.
Corey, I touched on this last week. I talked to Theory a little bit about this pressure thing. And he said that when he was young and starting up in WWE, he was standing next to legends.
It's funny how a haircut can make you hate somebody. His haircut before, I don't hate him as much now. Now I'm just like, whatever happens, happens.
He had to fight back from the bottom. That was pressure. And he's finally learned how to use the pressure in his favor. And he believes it makes him a better athlete today. I think to a degree that youthful indiscretion possessed at that time by Theory might have helped him out. He's not as intimidated, not as respectful as perhaps he should have been. And it did lead him to some success. But now Theory's a much more complete package, a more complete wrestler as LA Knight's finding out firsthand. Let's not forget, there's a man who a few years removed from beating John Cena at WrestleMania. Exactly. Yet for some reason we want to gloss over all that like this is some brand new young man. Austin Theory has already accomplished as much in his career as many do throughout their runs in this business.
Yeah. I missed Monday and Friday, so I'm watching Monday.
And the vision is the confidence in the attitude. There's no more laughing.
What are you doing today?
Theory is all business. I definitely agree. I think the focus of Austin Theory on a whole new level and serving very, very well. And that sort of focus can be contagious. I mean, Logan Paul is benefiting as a result. Logan couldn't have won the titles all by himself.
Also, in other news, did you know that we did a flyby around the moon? I can give you a link to a really cool streamer that was shown to me who explained stuff. It's pretty cool. EG_SA. No, EJ. My bad. There's probably other streamers, but from what I saw, he's the most educational and non-judgmental. Good energy. And passionate.
You deserve wings. We're making it to the weekend.
But I didn't sit in everybody's.
Because when it's made to order, always fresh. Midnight.
That's cool.
Wingstop soup.
There's other people on Twitch talking about it. Timmy, you're gonna kill me, I swear. I need to not stress over stuff. I cannot control you. Unless I remove you out of here. Do you want me to remove you from my room? Is that what you're asking for? No scratching. Go scratch your scratchy posts. Hang up.
We're celebrating fall with a smooth, refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Made with real fruit tea and 5% kick of alcohol.
Hang up.
Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea.
Okay.
Twisted.
Oh, I haven't eaten breakfast. I could. Oh yeah, I can put this on the TV. I will do that
Chase Freedom Unlimited.
after this. Ugh, taxes. I did mine a month early. Look at that. Who am I? This new me is surprising me. Not that new. I don't know. Ooh, I had DiGiorno pizza recently. It's actually pretty good. I ate the last slice last night from Friday night. I don't know what night that was.
You thought you could only get at a restaurant. They want to chase down their friend.
Oh my gosh, I'm tired.
It's DiGiorno wood-fired style pizza.
Gotta pace myself.
Arby's $7.99 box. Your choice of a crispy chicken, crispy fish, or ham and Swiss meal. Can't decide? Listen to your gut. I want chicken.
Pajamas section. Yeah, let's look at
Matchup here on Monday Night
Hang
Raw
up.
in front of over 11,000 in Houston. LA Knight versus what happens.
What's going on over here?
Theory. Logan Paul's on one side and shows I show speed.
No, guys, I checked it. We had over 13,000 points.
Cool.
On the road to WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. 12 nights a week from
Yeah,
Saturday.
that was a lot, man.
We should point out that I show speed seemed rather reluctant to join the
Alright.
championship. Got it. Promise. So Logan Paul just put you in charge of the task. That's right. I've been sworn to protect the gold. Like a knight of the Seventh Kingdom.
I want LA Knight to win.
LA Knight set across the ring. Third Gravy the Braid. LA Knight jumps underneath. Side rushing leg sweep in Theory. No! Shot into buckle. Nice neck breaker. Cover. Great cover. Pushing Theory to kick out there and a count of two. Brother! Today! Something certainly resembling panic washing over the face of Logan Paul, watching the other half of his tag team championship duo be manhandled by the megastar. Oh, Lord! What a left! Logan, did you teach him that? And look at
Oh, that was cool.
blockbuster by Theory. And Knight kicks out.
I'm not invested. I'm not invested. I'm not invested.
After winning the tag titles last week and the momentum you gathered, another great move by Theory. You don't want to lose tonight. You want to keep that momentum going, especially with WrestleMania less than 2 weeks away. Absolutely. It's been said many times that your first defense is the toughest. And this isn't a title defense. This is certainly a possibility to derail the tag champ on the road to WrestleMania. LA Knight
I should not be allowed to watch wrestling sometimes.
now send Theory
What was that?
over the top rope, and now LA Knight as Logan Paul screams in Theory, and I Show Speed looks on. The intensity in the eyes of LA Knight. We're in the home of the NBA's Rockets, and might as well dribble the skull of Theory off our announce table. And Knight staring right at Logan Paul every time he dribbled Theory's head. I got him. You're not doing your job. I'm back on title duty, Cole. And Logan Paul trying to sneak his way into things and had to sidestep Knight. Knight needs to stay focused on the task at hand, that being Austin Theory. Don't worry about
Yeah, leggings.
Don't worry about ISO speed.
Stop scratching my curtains. Ugh.
Speed saying, I'm not doing anything wrong. Right now, LA Knight's like a dog chasing a car. Oh! Logan Paul just shoved Speed into Knight. I thought Logan tripped. You okay? Logan Paul
I missed
tripped.
it.
There was a cable. What show are you watching? There's no cable out.
Timmy, no.
Logan Paul on purpose threw Speed into Knight, and now Knight is stalking on show Speed. And Paul's got a big old smile on his face. I was watching the title. I don't know.
All right, there's too much happening. I'm not ready for this.
You got nowhere to go. Jimmy and Jay are here. And Speed cost him the tag titles. And Speed, oh, wow. Trying to run away from LA Knight, but caught. Speed screaming to Paul, help me, help me.
Yeah.
Logan Paul, the Theory from behind, from behind. Theory with a handful of tights and the distraction wins.
He could have kicked out of that. That was dumb. Suspension of disbelief. I don't believe it. Whatever. This show's stupid. This goes in the laundry. Timmy, no! Stop. Go scratch the other shit I paid money for. I didn't pay for, well, I don't have those for you. I didn't pay for those. Stop! I said no. I'm not hitting him. I'm hitting the curtains, by the way. It's probably fun for him, so he's going to do it again. Any attention is good attention.
Last week and this week. Let me guess, you're going to blame his mother next as well.
I missed what happened. Thanks a lot.
Don't you go damn place. And while I'm at it, Adam Pearce, walk yourself out here right now, yeah. Adam Pearce, knock, knock. I got a little something for you. Right now. You look at these two men standing in the ring with me, the Usos. These guys were the tag team champions. You got Speed all of a sudden coming in here, costing them tag team championships. You look at me in here with Austin Theory tonight, trying to get a little bit of revenge. And once he do, he cost me the match with Austin Theory. So I tell you what I'm going to do.
You didn't kick out. You could have. That was stupid. That was dumb. But whatever. It's a show.
I mean, I got the perfect place for a match this big. I'm talking WrestleMania. I'm talking Logan Paul, Austin Theory, ISO Speed. Whether you want to or not, you're in this, and you really stepped in it, because you're in this with the Usos, and you're in this with LA Knight. So I want to know what you got to say on Pierce. What are you going to say? You want a 6-man tag at WrestleMania, is that right, LA Knight? Logan Paul, are you willing to step in the ring at WrestleMania in a 6-man tag? Hey, Speed, I told you should have went home, but now you're going to WrestleMania because it is official. Oh, yes.
Why do they have to throw the mic so much? Don't stop. I love it, but why?
by the Usos and by LA Knight.
You're just like,
Well, Steve stepped in it now. This is all Danhausen's fault somehow.
all right, get trained up, young man.
I have no reason not to.
You're just gonna get thrown out right away. Let's see how long you last.
In LA Knight, the Uso case, revenge may be best served
I
on
don't
the
know.
grandest stage of them all, Las Vegas, WrestleMania.
Pajama shorts or workout. I
Speaking
got
of it, you know, I want to switch gears because I want to touch on something that
I need
Tia
the other
got
sock.
into
Oh,
a
there
little
you
bit
are.
earlier tonight. Pat McAfee has ticked off a lot of people in WWE and around the world. I was angry
Good luck with all
when
that.
it went down this past Friday night.
I would not want to do that. My back,
No doubt
I'd be
people know my
dead.
relationship with Cody Rhodes over the past 15 or 20
And
years,
like,
best of friends. And also the man who
just
sat
from
in that
climbing
chair
onto the
for a
freaking
number of
mat.
years. Pat
Oh,
McAfee,
back.
he and I
Oh.
were just like this, as close as brothers, which makes what happened this past Friday night one of the most surreal, one of the most bizarre, one of the most disappointing things that I have ever sat through in nearly 30 years here in WWE. And there was so much I wanted to say, I decided to take a step back and see what the end game is and how this all plays out. Let's show you what I'm talking about Friday night on SmackDown.
Cody Rhodes is going home for WrestleMania 42 empty freaking handed.
So are you, Randy.
Because Cody Rhodes, you
So are you.
a killer. What you have woken inside of me, there's no putting you back to bed. Cody Rhodes simply refusing to back
We'll
down.
see about that. We'll see about that. There's talking smack and then there's actually laying smack. So I don't know. I don't know if you can back it up, crazy guy. All right.
Pass you by. It's just gone in a direction none of us like.
I think I need to get rid of some of these.
That's a puppet for a champion, a man that represents everything that we hate.
Some of these are probably too small.
I'm the one on the phone telling Randy Orton he needs to kill everything because the business that you're leading is terrible, and he is gonna save the business.
So, laundry.
Again, I just don't know what to think, and the question is, what role, if any,
Oh, I hate putting clothes
will
away.
play in this main event at WrestleMania? A story nearly 20 years in the making. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, defending the undisputed WWE Championship against the man who wants to win it for a 15th time, Randy Orton at WrestleMania.
Time to
Here's a man
consolidate.
who's got a WrestleMania match as well. Finn Balor will take on Dominic Mysterio,
Leggings.
but first he has to go through Dominic's Judgment Day brother,
man.
JD McDonough. Next.
Pajamas. All right, let's go.
I love sports. And sometimes, like when
Found the
a
red
teacher-
shorts. Those will make an appearance tonight.
it's
Sell them to me. Are you serious? On a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you?
having in sports. Because sports puts a hot steam.
Because I will sell some.
Sports puts a hot explosion.
Not a lot. Not like super crazy amounts, but shipping.
It's free. Sportblitz.
Am I allowed to sell those here? I need to check. I need to check TOS. Yeah, I was thinking 20.
For over 30 years, our fights have been against giants. We have recovered billions and billions and billions of dollars for our clients. We fight the powerful for the powerless, and our results speak for themselves. Injured, call your army. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Visit MorganWWE.com for a chance to
I'm sure they have some rule against that. They've got to keep it regulated over here for that kind of thing, I'm sure.
Is your cat getting too cool? Give it the patience treats.
But if you, why are people like that so much today?
or stay home. And I'll still do them. There's no escape. You can run, you can hide, but I will file you. Unless you do it yourself online. But deep down, you'll know I'm there, waiting, in case you need help. Hi, I found the missing detective.
Email would have been fine.
That makes more sense. I'll let myself out.
In person, virtual, or online. File your
Dang it, I spelled my email wrong.
You can get approved fast right on your phone with no credit. I just need an affordable home. We've got lots of cars under 15 grand. You customize your terms on Community.
I can change my down payment. This feels good.
This is a commercial. Go get your real deal.
All right.
Whoa. Any pizza and any toppings for just $9.99.
We got Domino's.
3 different types of cheeses.
Any size pizza, any toppings.
This is great.
I mean, this deal ends Monday, so I'm about to go crazy too. You know.
Who's ready for the best f***ing night of their lives?
The undisputed #1 live podcast in the world is coming to WrestleMania.
Nope. Feet are against feet requests are I think are against terms of service. I think on Twitch a good rule would be just to appreciate what you see when you see it. You don't get to make requests. Otherwise, if you keep making a request, I will ban you.
I didn't really mean everything I said that night.
This is going to be insane. This
I don't want to lose my account on account of other people not acting right.
WrestleMania 42 is presented.
I don't know how old you are, but you should know better than to request things on Twitch.
26 play now. They instantly unlock legends like Andre the Giant, Kurt Angle, Bray Wyatt. Install and play before April 15th to receive 30 rewards from
Maybe you don't know better. Maybe you don't care. If you don't care, then I don't care to keep you here.
Never stops. We're just 12 days away from WrestleMania. The WrestleMania moment that I will
And I'm banning you. Okay. Sorry.
Nobody in a million years would be able to guess this one. WrestleMania 22, Allstate Arena, Chicago, Illinois.
This is not that kind of space. And if you try to treat it like that, I have to remove you because I'm not. I'm here as. I don't know.
It helped
How to
me
figure that
see
out.
the path forward into the future that I would eventually relate into. I think about that moment every day I walk into work. You know, WrestleMania begins a week from Saturday. And of course, the first hour
Oh, hi, Sour Boy. How are you?
to the entire show on the ESPN app. And then Sunday,
I'm
the first
good.
hour live on ESPN proper. The rest of the night, of course, on ESPN app. It will
I
be
think I'm
in
good.
Las Vegas, where Judgment Day will
Right
finally
now,
explode. Finn
I'm okay.
Balor out for revenge against the new de facto leader of the Judgment Day. The
Okay, 2 more things to hang up. Those to put away. That to put away. Where'd I put the bra?
Get a head
Sports
start
bra.
on Finn. Soften him up for Dirty Dom.
It's hot now. Are you still in here? You can climb on the curtains, just on that side, because it doesn't show through. I won't stop you next time. Okay. I don't know.
Look at, come on! Dirty Dominic Mysterio attacking Balor from behind. And now all excited about it. Mocking Balor. Being blamed Dom for being excited to get the upper hand on someone as skilled as Balor. And now JD McDonough coming in the aid of Dominic Mysterio and driven into the ring post. Balor cannot wait to get his hands on Dominic, and this may have backfired. You can say that again. Balor looks to pull the dagger out of his own back. It was stuck there by Dom, by JD, by Liv, Roxanne, the entire Judgment Day. Yeah, the final original member of Judgment Day, Finn Balor, was excommunicated from the group. And now from behind with the AAA title, Dominic Mysterio blasting Balor. And now JD handing Dominic a steel chair. This harkens back to the reason they kicked Balor out of the group when Dominic wanted a hammer block to it. And Finn Balor stopped it. And now the 2-on-1 assault of Balor. This is typical Dominic. Right out of his playbook. Using others to help him out, to do his dirty work, doing nothing on his own. I would say Dirty Dom did plenty of damage on his own. J.D. McDonough was just all too eager to assist. Two men eager to rid WWE as
I need to figure out how to change my room title rules. I don't know how to do that. I've been looking off and on for like a while. No fucking demands or requests. Unless it's a song request. Or a game. Okay. No body requests or demands.
We got a new champion. AJ Lee has reached her goal of becoming Divas champion.
Oh, it's hot. I need an air conditioning unit. Engineers, stay up. Woohoo! I almost did a load of laundry. Okay, I'll time out. Wait, no, I don't need that energy. You can't understand, then you don't belong here. Yeah.
To me, that's the apt way to describe.
I'm allowed to do that.
I think I speak for the whole WWE universe when I say I can't believe that you're actually sitting here, a couple of weeks away from your first WrestleMania in 11 years. So, how are you feeling?
It's a lot. It's surreal to be back after all this
there
time.
he is, the worst interviewer in history, Moni Michael. There he is, throwing softball questions. It's not enough for you to be the worst announcer in the history of WWE. We've had 29 years of you being a terrible announcer, and here you are.
You know what, Beck? I don't need this. Excuse me, AJ. Good luck.
So long. Yeah. You know, one thing that he did say that was right. I can't believe you're sitting here. Because I remember your last WrestleMania. Do you remember that? Do you remember seeing me backstage and I wasn't there as an equal? I was your upstart from NXT and I saw you and you gave me a hug with your big niceness. I saw it in your eyes. I saw that nervousness. And it wasn't because you weren't meant to go out there and wrestle in front of 70,000 people. It was because you saw your replacement. What happened the very next day? The very next day, you quit because you knew I was coming for you.
I had nothing to do with you.
I mean, it's not going to be like it was at Elimination Chamber. You'll have no home field advantage because WrestleMania is my home.
Keep underestimating me, Becky. It's what everyone's done my entire career. Whether you believe it or not, I'm proud of you.
Proud of me? You don't get to be proud of me. You condescend.
You shut up because I'm still talking. I'm proud of you and everything that you've done for this business, for that locker room. You've made history. But none of that happens without me. Because those heights that you soared to, I shattered those glass ceilings. And those doors that you ran through, I knocked them down for you.
Huh?
I'm not replaceable because 10 years away and this company still kept calling. And those fans, they never forgot me. I know exactly who I am. I'm the Intercontinental Champion. I am your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. I'm their favorite wrestler. And when you go home tonight, you tuck your little girl into bed. You ask her who.
No, you punch her. Punch her! Fucking punch her! Slap the. Oh, don't let her get away. Don't let her walk away. I have no respect if you let her walk away. Boo. Boo. She fucking talked about your kid. You gotta fucking take her out. Why'd you do? Oh. Alright.
Lead to Las Vegas. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line as the champion. AJ Lee defends
Pussy.
against the former champion.
Whatever. You better take her out in the ring now.
Hey, programming note now. Do not
Come on, Becky. You're letting me down.
on ESPN with a full Saturday
You're letting
and
yourself
Sunday
down.
WrestleMania
Your daughter's gonna see that. And then what?
5 a.m. Eastern Time by the voice of SmackDown, Joe Tessitore. You'll find out the full cards for both nights, match by match. Get up on ESPN Live at 9:35 a.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Ah! I don't care. It's fake. It's all fake. Your mom's fake. And your mom's fake. Your mom's fake. My mom's fake. I'm a fake mom. We're all fucking fake. Alright, now I got some distance and I don't even know why I'm saying that. I can go get breakfast now. I'm going to pause this and go ahead and put it on the living room. Because, whatever. And I'm going to put this on this computer. So if I do happen to walk in here.
It jettisons the service module. This part right here. That part's not reusable.
Breakfast, lunch, whatever. It's food time.
And this pressure, was it good?
Last
I wanted
time
to hear
to
Kelsey
work?
going off for like an hour. Yeah, it was amazing.
Did you?
Yeah, fantastic. We actually learned that the toilet actually isn't broken.
Okay.
We suspected it was the toilet vent, and
I'm just tired.
Rick Hentling actually told us.
So fucking tired.
It's the toilet vent, and I thought it was the heaters for the.
Oh, you guys are still talking about the toilet. I'm checking out. I can't. I'm over the toilet. Yep. Okay. Keep talking, but I just don't want to hear it. I don't know why it bothers me so much. It was funny and ironic at first, but it's just like, can we talk about other stuff over again instead? What do you want from me? Well, okay. Here we go. I'm still going to be hanging out. We'll just say that. It's a blanket term for stuff. My profile. Talking about the toilet's probably more interesting anyway and important than whatever I'm doing. Yes, I know, before anyone else says it. I just need a break from hearing about it. Alright, BRB.